Tes. Tes. Ya seperti yang pada part kemarin gitu ya. Ini bakal jadi part terakhir ya. Dari penacony gitu ya, dan kayaknya konten dari apa nama tuh Honkai Star Rail nggak dilanjutin gitu ya, karena ya ngebosanin gitu ya. Gue juga paling lanjutin juga gue skip gitu ya, paling gacha doang gitu ya. Mungkin kita udah selesai main game apa gitu, kita gacha di sini gitu ya, mungkin gitu ya. Jadi gue bakal main off stream tapi nggak di live streaming lagi, karena ya ceritanya ngebosenin gitu ya, karena yang bilang Cinta Penacony itu bakalan seru banget, dan ternyata ya tidak gitu ya. Dialognya seperti biasa gitu ya, membosankan gitu ya. Pagi gue habis main game-game AAA yang notabene nya banyakan yang gue mainin sih bagus gitu ya. Jadi ya rada terbanting ini ya kan. Ini storynya belum gue lanjutin gitu ya. Gue habis ke Simulated World gitu ya, buat karena ada setiap minggu setiap apa gitu, ada itunya gitu ya, barnya gitu ya, nanti dapat hadiah. Nah gue habis jalanin itu gitu ya, dan lumayan juga buat bahan-bahan buat naikin gitu ya, bahan buat naikin relik gitu ya. Nah ini ceritanya, dia si Butil lagi mau masuk ke dunia mimpi gitu ya, buat ngejar Archon gitu ya, Acheron gitu ya, buat ngejar Acheron gitu ya, impostor dari Galaxy Ranger gitu ya. Dan di sini Dan Hang lagi masuk ke hotel lah ya, lagi nyari kamar kita gitu ya, dan nggak tahu apa yang terjadi sebenarnya gitu ya sih. Ya sebenarnya ini juga nggak, cerita dari si Butil juga nggak terlalu signifikan gitu ya sebenarnya gitu ya, ke main story-nya. Lebih ke lebih ke buat muter-muterin doang, nambahin playtime gitu ya. Gue tahu nih gamenya bakalan terus lanjut ya sepanjang game ini ada gitu ya. Jadi ya cuma nambahin playtime, kita bakal nggak PPT ya, PPT anak kuliahan gitu ya, yang cuma gerak gitu-gitu doang, dan percakapan yang membosankan bro.
I've traveled all the way from the Hawaii Federation, and I don't want my trip to be ruined.
What do you mean?
Dan ini ada percakapan nama tuh, setiap karakter punya itunya masing-masing, biar kayak agamanya masing-masing lah ya, kita panggil aja ya biar gampang, kayak bahasa general gitu ya. Punya filosofi yang dianut masing-masing gitu ya, petnya masing-masing gitu ya. Nah itu mempengaruhi karakter dan tujuannya. Jadi kalau misalnya dehan, dia nanti bakalan apa gitu ya, karakter bakalan apa dan tujuannya bakalan apa gitu, yang sejalan dengan ajaran The Han gitu ya.
I'm not sure
Kurang
where
lebih
you
kayak
heard
gitu.
those rumors,
Nah ini yang
but they're
terjadi
completely baseless.
apa
I
namanya
can
tuh
assure you,
yang orang
as a
luar belum tahu
representative of
gitu
the
ya, ternyata
Bloodhound family, that everything at
si
present,
itu
all of the families are focused on making sure
bukan
the
yang jahat
festival
ya, si
starts on
Sunday ternyata
time.
tidak
Even the
tidak
Dream
jahat
Master
ya.
himself has arrived. So don't worry, your
Ya
trip
kita ketemu
won't
the
be in vain.
father of penacony gitu yang tertidur gitu ya, bawa bubble dream gitu ya, bubble dream dan kosong lihat itu ya.
That's a relief to hear.
Dan yang apa namanya tuh yang invite kita semua,
She doesn't
yang
appear to
ngumpulin
be
orang-orang
acting.
itu Gallagher
So,
gitu ya, buat
seems that
mencari
even the hotel
siapa
staff are out of the loop.
itu apa namanya impostor yang aslinya ya, impostor dari dari the family gitu ya. Yang kayaknya sih
Hasn't
itu nggak
she
sih
returned
Sparkle.
yet?
Nope. I'm starting to wonder. Sending her to contact
Sunday
was a
juga
good
nggak bisa
idea.
dikontak ya, dia lagi di dunia
Neither
lain
the
ya,
staff nor the
lagi
guests
di
seem to know anything
dunia
about what's
lain dari
happening in
dreamscape
Dreamscape.
gitu ya, dunia
Wherever
antara
we go,
dunia mimpi
all we
dreamscape
see
yang
is
dibuat sama the
people
family
enjoying
sama
themselves.
reality gitu ya,
Definitely not a
dunia
good sign.
aslinya dari dunia mimpi gitu ya,
I
kota
agree.
aslinya gitu ya.
Another unusual thing is that I walked around the
Ini
hotel,
cuman ya POV dari
but
Den
didn't meet a
Haag sama
single member of the
Botel
Oak
ya,
family
orang yang nggak masuk
on
ke
such an
dalam.
important day.
Well, I'll be forked.
We shouldn't linger here too long.
Not so fast. Have you ever robbed the
Are you suggesting we sit here and do nothing?
I wouldn't say do nothing. But let's stay put for now. Even if they don't want to attract unwanted attention from certain outsiders, so they won't do anything reckless.
If I were a family member, I'd find an official excuse and keep the surprise factors here. If we just wait here, that would be like walking into their trap.
Of course, we don't need to walk into their trap. I give a
You
backup
need
plan
to
the
walk
memo keeper.
into their
If it
tribe.
turns out we won't be allowed to enter the dreamscape, she'll order
Ini lagi
a
nyari
secret
cara
signal.
masuk ke dreamscape ya.
That's right.
Oh, a concrete object can indeed help the memo keeper establish a connection.
I'm sorry.
How
Ya,
do we
intinya
get
dia
into
mau
the VIP
ngejar
lounge?
si Akaran doang
This
ya. Nah, ini
is
bakal
where my
kayak
street
gitu.
smarts come into play.
Dia di dreamscape juga belum tentu bisa ke dunia lain ya, masih kayak
You're
nemuin
the
si
lobby manager.
Yes, I am.
We're the Nameless from the Astral Express. We wanted to check in, but there's something wrong with your system. The lady at the front desk said she would contact the manager. Now, we've been waiting here forever without any food or water. What the fork, man? Is this how the family treats its
The
guests?
Foxman.
Is this your idea of street smarts?
It's called standing up for your rights.
I apologize for the inconvenience. Please wait while we try to
Inconvenient.
contact Mr. Sunday. I'll
Yang
arrange
orang
to bring
lobbynya
you
yang
seats
di
in the
reality
VIP
nggak bisa
lounge so you
apa-apa
can
ya, yang
rest
punya
there while
kelas
you
yang
wait.
punya jabatan di sini Mr. Sunday gitu ya.
See?
Ini nggak bakal bisa masuk sih kalau tambah
Just
ada
don't call yourself
konfirmasi
nameless next time.
dari Mr. Sunday.
This bar's something else. Certainly worthy of the planet of festivities.
Good evening, gentlemen.
Dan intinya yang di jahat itu di dreamscape buat
have an
farming
order
jiwa
for a
ya, kalau
bottle
nggak
of
salah
this
ingat ya.
Donna's White Oak. Can you help us find it?
Has Donna's White Oak? I think there might be a misunderstanding.
Oh, no. What?
If someone had reserved such a beverage, I would definitely remember it. It sells for hundreds of thousands of credits per bottle, after all. I couldn't afford to cover for such an item if it were...
That's strange. Well, could it be that the memo keeper couldn't afford it?
What should we do now?
Oh, no need to rush. Let's grab some drinks first. Let's...
Well,
Sebenarnya
That's the
deskripsinya
most-
bisa sih, nggak terlalu itu kayaknya di
It's on the...
what can I get for you?
Anything you recommend is
Then I would recommend today's special. glass village.
Gue mau tahu lanjutan yang di dalam Dreamscape-nya sih.
Flavor.
Nah kayak gini nih diputar-putar cuy. Dialognya juga ngantuk cuy.
Dynamite barbecue with rocket fuel. Is that really something that humans enjoy?
Hey, this guy doesn't know anything at all.
As long as you're satisfied, dear guests, please enjoy.
Let's give the memo keeper another half system hour. If she doesn't show up, we'll need to come up.
Jadi dia bisa masuk kalau ketemu itu kayak Garden of the Collection gitu ya. Kayaknya deh. Kalau
Something
nggak
must have happened on the planet of
ke
festivities, but the
setelah
public is unaware
Hunter
of it.
kayaknya dia punya perangkat deh.
Someone in
yang
a
bisa
position
masuk.
of power within the family must be covering it up. It's unusual for the followers of the Harmony to invite other factions, let alone the IPC and the masked fools. If what you said about the Emanator of the Nihility is true,
Emanator
situation
of
in
the
Penacony
Nihility
is
itu ya, Emanator
a
of
little
the
complicated,
Nihility.
to say the least.
Acaron.
Actually, there's something else I'm concerned about. Regarding Acheron. As you know, the faction that follows the path of the hunt are some of the most dangerous folks in the cosmos to mess with. I mean, who in their right mind would impersonate the Xianzhou Alliance or the Galaxy Rangers? It's like asking for a death wish. Isn't there a saying among the Xianzhou people that the rainbow set likes their lucks?
Talking. Do all the talking.
Well, you know what I mean. Even though the Galaxy Rangers have been out of sight for years,
Aduh,
that Acheron lady, she doesn't seem like a lunatic at all. On the contrary, she's highly logical and organized. She knows exactly when to
Kayak
hold
biasa ya.
back and when to
Tujuan dari
strike
Acaron tuh
without
kayak dia
mercy.
mengikuti Nihility itu ya.
And do you believe that someone like her would have an ulterior motive for impersonating a Galaxy Ranger?
Jadi dikejar karena impersonating Galaxy Ranger gitu ya, buat masuk ke Dreamscape
Not
gitu ya.
entirely sure. I do have my suspicions.
Dan dia di situ katanya buat
Maybe she
ngambil
knows a Galaxy Ranger.
legacy dari Father of Penacony. Intinya bantuin temannya lah ya
I
kayaknya
can't
ya.
figure out.
Kayaknya temenan deh itu Acaron sama Father of Penacony.
What worries me more are the anomalies within the family. Unless the invitations were...
Nih gue mau
Maybe it's sheep people do stupid but
lanjutin PLV
eons
kita tuh.
don't. They stick to the.
You think Shippei's will is behind all this?
It may not necessarily be Shipei. There's definitely some higher entity involved.
Ini cuman isinya percakapan sih bakalan cuman ada asumsi-asumsi doang sih.
But if human free will
Kayak yang di
were
fase
reliable,
awal-awal gitu ya. Adanya cuman asumsi-asumsi karakter-karakter doang gitu ya. Yang satu Den Hong apa nama tuh pengen cari tahu gitu apa yang terjadi gitu ya sebenarnya. Yang satunya cuman ya ngejar Acaron doang gitu ya. Sebenarnya nggak terlalu peduli juga gitu tujuannya Acaron doang.
It's much simpler when you boil it down to the eons and paths. Like how Lon always follows the path of the hunt, or
But in my opinion, Akavili's fall holds significance for the Nameless.
oh, so you're saying
Exactly. I believe that it's more about doing
Doing
your best to choose the right path for yourself among countless possibilities.
I don't know what you've been through, but I agree that people must take responsibility for their choices. That's why the Galaxy Rangers need to uncover the imposter and figure
Impostor.
just in case. I have a backup plan if the memo keeper doesn't show up. This is my final backup plan.
I promise.
Sure have a lot of cards up your sleeve.
Well, going back to my old career would make things a... By the way, when you were walking around the hotel, did you happen to see any important
Looking
looking...
gas.
What's your...
It's simple. We just grab some hostages and use them as bargaining chips with the family. Or maybe we can even take their identities.
No need for that. We'll return to the Express now.
Wait, are you getting scared? Draw your weapon. Let's make a big scene.
Are you leaving, esteemed guests? Would you like to cancel that as Donna's White Oak you just ordered?
Huh? As Donna's White Oak. But didn't you just say?
Ha ha. Looks like you are a bit intoxicated, esteemed.
Looks like your memo keeper friend has finally arrived.
Oh, right. Sorry, my memory's not. I'll be waiting for you on the app.
No mistake. That's her message to you. She knew the hotel wasn't safe, so she suggested we...
Well, looks like we took a detour, but now it's back to the Astral Express. So, what are we waiting for?
Balik dia kan. Nyandra siapa? Yang dari sono juga lagi pada
You're
retail
back?
gitu ya.
2 guests just boarded saying they were looking for Boot Hill, so I told them to wait in the parlor car.
Oh, just in time.
2 guests?
She's one of them.
Nah itu tuh baru
Look,
bisa masuk
we
nih
welcome
kalau
all
lu si
passengers on the Astral Express.
doi.
But sneaking in like that? You have no regard for etiquette.
My apologies, conductor.
Nah kalau ada black sound
It was
baru
an
bisa nih
oversight on my
masuk.
part. I assumed you were already acquainted with the garden. Given the chaotic situation in Penacony, the Nameless are the only ones we can truly trust right now.
You are the memo keeper.
Nah ada dia baru bisa
Pleased
masuk.
to meet you, Dan Hung. I've seen you in others' memories. And as for Boot Hill, this is our first face-to-face meeting.
Finally, Memo Keeper. Well, let's cut to the chase. Spill everything you know.
That's precisely what I intend to do. But before that, please allow me to introduce myself. My name is Black
Nah itu
Swan,
masuk tuh juga
and I
karon.
serve the Garden of Recollection as a memo keeper.
Balik dia cok ke dunia nyata, di tracknya diusir dia ya dari dunia
I'm
mimpi.
sure she knows it better than I do.
Nah dijelasin akhirnya nih yang terjadi nih.
Greetings. I'm Acheron.
Nah itu tuh yang dicari tuh.
You Garden of Recollection shirtbag. You betrayed me.
I apologize, but she did that at my request. Due to certain reasons, I have been exiled by the family. Thankfully, this memo keeper came
Nah
to
ini
my
penting nih
aid
baru di sini nih.
and helped me escape their surveillance unnoticed.
Oke, dari survei antis. Oke. Habis cok ini gua. Ntar gua ganti. Gak bisa senderan dong. Aduh. Habis baterainya. Sabar. Tes. Nah. Cek dulu. Sabar. Sabar. Tes. Nah, udah aman. The reason I been exiled by the family, thankfully this memory camp. Jadi si Backsound bantu si Acheron gitu ya buat keluar buat kesini lah ya tanpa dinotis gitu ya.
To be honest, it was more like stalking than helping. And the process was far from unnoticed. But we did escape.
I asked her to guide me to a place beyond the family's reach and to contact a few
Nah
trustworthy
ternyata si Acheron
individuals.
sama
Namely,
Backsound
all of you.
nyari bantuan lah ya, dan yang salah satu bisa dipercaya adalah The Nameless gitu ya, Astral Express gitu ya. Karena masih ada satu anggota yang belum ada itu di dunia mimpi, itu Dan Hung gitu ya.
Trustworthy. Son of a nice lady. You think I'm dumb or something? How about this? I'll put a few bullet holes in your head and see what secrets spill out. Then, we can talk about trust.
It doesn't have to be like that. I'm willing to answer all your questions, but not right now. If my cover hadn't been blown, we might have had more time, but at the moment, we don't have any other options.
No other options? What do you mean?
This is the only way I can ensure everyone's safety.
Tahu gue baik tuh Akaron ya, cari cara buat
I
kebaikan
kindly
bersama. Jadi
request
ternyata
an
di situ ada
immediate warp
Stellaron
jump
ya
out
buat
of the Astana star system.
apanya tuh kota Dreamscape-nya pakai Stellaron gitu ya.
This passenger is requesting.
As far as I can tell, she's not a threat and seems to be telling the truth.
Wah, kasih tahu ya dia Black Swan penama tuh memperkuat gitu ya. Si Akaron nggak ngejahat gitu yang coach ya. Dia bukan ancamannya, dia ngasih tahu apa yang
I've briefly traveled with your
terjadi.
companions and know their whereabouts, Donghung. Please rest assured, your nameless companions are safe, but they need our help.
Itu loh.
As for Boot Hill, you may have guessed. I've been waiting for you. Galaxy Rangers are known for their elusive nature and limited contact with each other. So this was the only way I could reach out to you. Only by doing this can I find a true Galaxy Ranger and fulfill a long-standing promise. To return his relics to their rightful owner.
Nah itu tuh tujuan Akaron tuh dia bantuin temennya, coba balikin relic ke tangan yang benar, coy.
Someone once told me that every rainfall is like a gift from the heavens, a sign of their mercy upon the world. Raindrops are said to be the tears of the gods, shed in response to the sorrows of the world. Their constant pouring is a reminder that the gods haven't abandoned us yet. So, how long has this rain been going on for?
I used to believe, just like you, that it would eventually stop. Years and decades passed. And in the end, such hope faded away before the rain did. Looks like the god you mentioned doesn't exist after all. Well, let me share a story.
With you.
Mortals who walk the paths
Mortal who
are
walk
like
the
sailors
path
on a
are
vast
like
ocean,
sailor on the first
leaving
ocean.
behind
Maksudnya
a trail
itu
that
yang makhluk
creates
yang jalan siapa
countless
jalan
ripples of possibilities.
menyusuri jalan pelt
These
gitu ya,
ripples
pelt kayak Aeon
last longer
gitu,
than the
gitu
fleeting
ya.
lifetimes of
Kayak
humans.
lautnya di lautan gitu ya. Peltnya tuh maksudnya kayak Ilham, Aeon gitu ya maksudnya.
And for some, their presence leaves such a strong mark that it's reflected in the waves.
Like those shadows on the ocean.
Sin-thirsters, the obsessions of the Pathstrangers, they emerge from the depths of Alex, seeing themselves as masters of their own destiny, unknowingly repeated the actions of their past lives. They emerge from the nihility and head toward it, leading purposeless lives. However, these hollow phantoms, they were once my dear companions. A group
Are you watching over them?
watching over them? No. I'm guiding them toward transcendence. It was a brutal war. A crusade that shook the universe. The universe witnessed the fall of Zulo, the Lord Ravager, but it came at a price. A price so hefty that only those who were there still remember. The unwavering determination of the hunt
Ya, ini
followers
dia lagi ngomong
persists even in death.
Galaxy
So
Ranger.
someone must guide these lost souls to their life beyond. They will
Jadi intinya
heal
yang ngumpulin
in
kita
their
semua tuh
time,
Gallagher
and they
sama
shouldn't
Akaron
be
ya. Akaron
reduced to
Akaron
mere puppets
ya
of
Akaron
my
kayak
head.
bantuan dari perwakilan dari The Family-nya tuh backsound gitu. Intinya yang penting itu tiga itulah ya
As for me,
yang tahu bener ya tapi terjadi gitu ya.
I've suffered too many losses on that battlefield to advance any further. And
But you know, these sin thirsters, they're...
does this seem pointless to you? Some tasks have to be done, even if they are pointless.
I can help you.
For what?
For the meaning of the nihility. That's what I've been seeking.
I see. After all, this realm is off limits to ordinary souls, right? Thank you, stranger. I wish that you find what you seek.
Before we part ways, I have one more question. It is true that their actions and even their entire lives may seem pointless from our perspective. But if, and it's just an if this is what the departed ones expected, should we try to change it?
A good question. And a profound. What I do know is that one day I too will pass away. Someone will stand at my grave and place a bouquet of flowers.
Rawin, kita balik ke Rawin. Nah, ini dia lagi di ini nih. Rawin, point of view. Point of view. Kadang-kadang nggak bisa bedain ya. POV sama momen ketiga.
When I
Masih
appeared
9
as a
jam.
child, as I grew into adulthood,
Ini masih flashback nih, kalau nggak.
I humbly request your blessings.
Oh iya dong.
come to me, my kinship.
As you wish. I have faithfully served the Alfalfa family for nearly a decade out of laziness.
Do you sincerely repent and vow to change your ways? Have you examined your
Kayak gini
soul
nih bisa
and
dipisahin
confessed
gitu.
all your sins?
Apa nama tuh nggak semua diikat semua jadi main story gitu ya. Ada yang side quest ini asal ada side questnya gitu ya. Jadi side quest gitu ya. Jadi dijelasin beberapa doang ya aja.
Are you willing to accept
Kayak di
the
game-game lain kayak
process
gitu
of
coy,
atonement?
sama film-film anime gitu ya. Jadi nggak diikat semua jadi satu gitu ya. Kalau film kan ada seriesnya gitu ya, series khusus ini gitu ya.
Very well. Show your dedication and goodwill to the family. And
Ini
you
kemana-mana cok ceritanya.
Praise Sheepy.
Ini di skip sih nggak
Next.
apa sih.
I wholeheartedly confess to you. Please,
Jadi Chaser.
pardon my sins.
rest assured.
Oh, great. You know, I arrived in Penacony as a stowaway. I sold everything to get a ticket. My house, my land, and my 2 children.
Ini orang yang ke Penacony itu orang-orang yang nggak mau terima kenyataan cuy, mau hidup di
I see.
dunia genjutsu cok.
Please, go on.
My children But the bloodhound found
The family is ready.
Oh, thank you.
Mana lanjutan itu cuy, kita lagi kumpul itu.
Please.
Hey, long time no see, Mr. Sunday. The most esteemed individual in Penacony.
I have sought their presence with...
Sure, let's just get this over with. I have sinned, please forgive me.
Suara apa?
I wasted
Familiar
half
ya?
the
Siapa
pizza,
ya?
that's
Lupa
it.
gua.
Nothing more. When we wrap this up, I've got a robo-ball game to catch, you know?
Do you seek to atone for your...
My sins?
PPT.
You think nobody knows what your precious... Before you start spouting off your holy verses,
Yang mana karakternya? Lupa
answer
gue
me
itu.
this.
Familiar itu suaranya.
Where does the power of the Oak family come from? Well, I've spent enough time in confession to date.
Kagak liatin karakter itu siapa tuh?
Oh, revered triple-faced. Who can judge the... Who can vouch for the weak? When they... Who can comfort the purest? If the strong...
Ini skip bisa sih.
Who...
It's okay.
Brother?
Nah, udah ya.
Brother, are you alright?
Nah, mau di sini nih.
Fine.
Nah, baru.
I've been working long hours, and I just made a trip to Dreamflux Reef and back. So, I'm a bit out of sorts. But it'll all be over before we know it.
You've been working non-stop on the Charmony Festival, Mr. Sunday, and no one could have predicted this incident. Even if the Stellaron does pose a grave threat, I still feel sorry for all the trouble we've caused you.
No need to worry about troubling anyone. The Charmony Festival was meant to spread joy and harmony across the cosmos. But now that we know the truth,
Ya, festival.
I'm afraid we'll have to cancel it.
Festival kehidupan terakhir ya dari dunia mimpi itu.
It has always been our wish to make everyone happy, so we'll do our best to explain everything to the Dream Master. I'm sure he'll understand, even if the negotiation does not go smoothly. I'll refuse to go on stage. Without the Chord Master, the Harmonious Choir would not arrive, and the Charmony Festival would be just a grand performance, and nothing more.
Without Chord Master, nah.
I'm relieved to see your determination. You know, since arriving in Penacony, we haven't had any contact with this Dream Master himself. I'd heard of the heads of the 5 major lineages, but the Dream Master is a mystery to me.
The Dream Master rarely grants an audience, even for us. But, given the urgency of the situation, he's agreed to meet us in person.
Perhaps you'll be the first guest to meet the Dream Master in years, Miss...
Let's hope we can reach a consensus that satisfies everyone.
Indeed. Let us hope so.
It's about time. We'll have to get ready for the meeting. I apologize for any inconvenience caused by the urgency.
Don't worry. I'll be waiting here.
Dear, it's Mr. Sunday!
It's Mr. Sunday. Oh, dia udah balik ya. Oh, ini bocah dua.
Looks like someone needs help.
Balik ini dia.
Let's go check it out.
Bangsa rame ini bukan dari tadi begitu dijelasin ya, dari Dreamflux ke sini. Kecil.
Mr. Sunday. Hey there! Okay, see the moon in the sky? It's about the size of the cap on my soul gland. If I just reached out my hand, I could grab the moon, couldn't I?
The moon? You mean the Grand Theater?
Yeah. Look at me.
Mabok ka,
I've been
bocil.
away from home for too long. I must be but it's no big deal. They told me not to sell it.
Sepulang gak sih lu bocil? Mabok cok.
Why? Can't you see? Life back home is miserable. It's not really living at all. It's better to be here at Pinnacle. pain, no worries about tomorrow, just sweet dreams. You can do whatever you want. That's what I call living. Yeah, now...
Is this truly living?
Huh? What did you say, young lady? I didn't quite catch that.
Oh, it's nothing, sir. You see,
Ya,
the
orang-orang
traffic on
yang
Blocks
tadi gue
Avenue
bilang
can
ya,
be dangerous.
timpang dia
How
sama
about I
yang
ask a
Green Fox.
Bloodhound family member to escort you to Ideen Park over there, so you can continue enjoying your sweet dream?
Oh, yeah, that's a great idea. Wow. No wonder you're the leader of this sweet dream. You're totally a lifesaver. See you around, Mr. Sunday, and...
Cil mabok, Cok.
What's up, sister?
This is the land of the dreams. But why do they live like this? The man we ran into, he doesn't seem happy at all. Even though sweet dreams are nice, they're just illusions. But for him, they're the only way to survive, even if it means giving up on reality. That's not really living at all.
I suppose you have a point. But, in my opinion, that's how most people live their lives.
Why do you say that?
You think that man is not actually living, but that's not quite accurate. Even without penacony, people create their own illusions called self-value. People believe they have a predetermined value to fulfill. Gaining value means gaining power, and those, however, value...
Are you suggesting that this is not how things should be?
Exactly. But, ironically, people don't think there's anything wrong with it, because they uphold the illusory notion of self-value, and even the weak believe in it, the survival of the fittest. That's where all the tragedies in the world come from. People come to the sweet dream in Penacony to escape from that reality, and no tragedies exist here, only happiness. Although in its nascent form, isn't that the same paradise we yearn for in our dreams?
Perhaps that man is just an exception. Let's not jump to conclusions. We should experience the dreamscape ourselves, just as I did at Dreamflux Reef.
Yes, seeing is believing. I'll accompany you.
Dari masalah siapa ya? Kita penasaran bisa itu kah? Masket pool, sparkle. Ini tuh apa nama support deh kalau nggak salah ini. Takutnya kalau gak ada damage loh. Gitu. Nah aman sih ada bayi lo. Kita bisa tabrak sih. Dapat apa nih Cok? Dapat itu ya. Ya, dapat ada achievement Cok.
Glad to meet you again, Robin.
Ya, dapat achievement sih
How are
itu.
the preparations for the Charmony Festival coming along? We're all so excited about it.
It's going smoothly.
You're too kind, Robin. It's a pleasure to have guests from all over the universe celebrating day and night. I can't stand being lonely or bored, so this jubilant dreamscape is perfect for me.
But if this went on forever, would it get boring too?
Nah, not at all. Who would get tired of how every day you get to wear?
But you know that only a few things can be brought back from the dreamscape to reality, right?
That's exactly why I don't plan on bringing anything back. Just enjoying the dream itself is good enough for me. I mean, I'm not one of those long-living species. I only have around 60 or 70 years in this lifetime, and there's so much to worry about. Being only in this sweet dream can I truly feel like I'm in control of my life and fate. Who would want to go back to reality after experiencing this bliss?
Masa dia bawa beberapa ini, 50 gitu ya.
I genuinely wish you all the happiness in the world.
pelajaran hidup gitu ya. Farming.
I wish you a fantastic
Farming
performance,
ilmu
Robin.
gitu.
I'm off to the blue hour for the ball.
Poya-poya
See you
kok.
later.
Seems like that guest's perspective didn't resonate with you either.
She had a valid point. I could sense her genuine.
What you're trying to say is, she thinks she's in control of her life. But in reality, she's just escaping from reality and seeking solace in this sweet dream. Once she steps out of this sanctuary,
She will be
Well,
lost.
she did make mention.
however, the paradise in our dreams.
No. In the paradise we yearn.
Yuk lanjut. Mana. MC. Bocil bocor. Stres. Dan ini terakhirnya
The
quiet guys.
scenery in this dreamscape is truly breathtaking, isn't it?
Oh, Robin. Can't believe I'm meeting you in person here. What an honor. You're right. Even though time stands still in this dreamscape, it always feels fresh. I find something new every time.
A philosophical mind. I hope I'm not in trouble.
Oh, not at all. No. With little time left, I yearn for meaningful conversations, especially with someone as esteemed as you. Do you mind if we chat?
It's my pleasure. No need to be formal. Just speak your mind. You said, with little time left. Please, forgive me for being blunt.
Why you
But is that why you came to Penacony?
Yeah. I was part of a war, and while
perang.
escaping from the Sarkozian mothership, I got exposed to some radioactive materials.
Oh, di satu
And
kan
then, all my comrades died, and my hometown was wiped out by neutron bombardments. I couldn't bear to live with everything I knew gone. That's when I heard about a possible solution here, so I came.
How heart-wrenching.
They have, and I'm truly grateful for that. They provided me with a comfortable room, the most advanced life support devices in the cosmos, and my physical body is now in the dream pool, sustained by life support. The me you see here is whole, rational, and no different from any other person. But I can't say the same for the me in the hotel room. My true appearance. Huh?
Jadi badan aslinya
I
tuh
hope you never have to
dipakein
witness it, Robin.
life support gitu.
So, you'll be living forever in this dreamscape, right?
Just being able to live at all is good enough for me. Whether it's in this dreamscape or not, well, I don't really have much say in the matter. My world has been torn apart, and my life could end any second. So, even if this whole place is an illusion, it's still my paradise, and I'll treasure every moment I spend here. How I envy those everlasting things.
That old man's story.
That's precisely why this sweet dream in Penacony exists.
However, even this sweet dream has its limitations. While it provides solace to the disillusioned, it can't completely eliminate pain in reality.
There will be a way out.
Meet another Robin. Nah ini.
Look what we have here. Oh, brother. What a surprise to see you again.
Show yourself. Your trick won't work on us.
I've heard that a skilled mass fool received an invitation too. That must be you, right? Did you enjoy yourself?
Barely. The people here are way too gullible. A little bait is all it takes for them to bite. And they run away at the slightest hint of danger.
Now that you've had your fill, it'd be wise to leave before it's too late. The music of the harmony doesn't tolerate discord.
What? Now that you have the real Robin, I'm useless? Oh, how disheartening. I've done so much for the family. You should be thanking me, because if it weren't for me cleaning up this mess,
That was a personal request from the head of the Iris family, and it has nothing to do with us. Step aside.
The Charmony Festival?
Charm Festival.
You think you can scare me? You think I have no idea what you're planning? I don't care what you're thinking, Chicken Wing Boy. But I'm pretty sure lovely Robin won't be appearing on stage. Penacony, the land of the dreams. Is this...
Stop it.
What's the rush, Chicken Wing Boy? Did I get...
Our paradise is none of your concern, Masked Fool. Leave now, or the family won't tolerate you anymore.
All right. I'll go. But Robin, I suggest you seriously consider this. Do you really believe those living in dreams can escape pain and find true happiness? Well, I've done my part. And now I'm simply waiting for the fireworks to begin. Here, the last 2 gifts for both of you. And don't want the real.
I heard a raven cawing in the distance. It seems the Dream Master will arrive soon. Let's wait here for the Dream Master to arrive.
Okay. By the way, brother, I heard you no longer have a sweet tooth. Seems like a lot has changed during my absence.
Well, someone has to
But that someone doesn't have to be the paradise in our dreams. Penacony is nothing more than...
Remember the old man?
That might be true, but... even with that path may have been more ordinary and challenging. But now he's in a comatose state. And that sweet dream has become sort of... end of life. Is Penacony granting these people a future? Or is it taking it away from them?
Well, don't forget this. Not everyone really has a future. The future for humanity is like the sky for birds. People mistakenly believe that flight is inherent to birds because they've never witnessed those birds crashing to their death. Do you remember how we took in that little charm?
Yeah. We took care of it.
Well, I didn't mention what happened to it shortly after you left. It crashed to its death right in front of your window.
I had surmised as much. I knew you wouldn't have avoided mentioning the bird for no reason. Despite that unfortunate outcome, I still believe it was the right decision. Birds aren't meant to spend their lives in cages. They belong in the sky, even if they can't fly.
But here's the thing. If there are birds in this world that can never fly, can we really assert that they belong in the sky?
Are you implying that the same goes for humans too?
Let's take the Astral Express as an example. The Nameless made tremendous efforts to bridge worlds, gaining fame across the universe. However, only a few extraordinary individuals can endure such a perilous journey. That's because the pursuit of the Trailblaze exceeds the capabilities of ordinary humans. Otherwise, why would this path be filled with broken rails, an abandoned express, and even a fallen eon?
That's just sophistry. If that were true, then only the powerful would have the right to determine the future.
Unfortunately, that's exactly what happens. Another name for the future is self-value. While this world has its fair share of heroes who inspire people and garner admiration for their heroic deeds, the majority of ordinary people will never become heroes in their lifetime. Some are born weak and vulnerable. Some find themselves trapped in unfortunate circumstances. Some fall victim to malice and cowardice. When it comes to survival, everyone is equal. And the weak can only watch as their value gets.
That's why we should care for the weak and support them as if their suffering were our own. That's what the Odes of Harmony have always taught us.
Filosofi hidup lah ya, ini lagi debat
While the
filosofi
harmony
hidup lah ya.
holds noble aspirations,
Masing-masing.
the strong will always be strong,
Percaya sama masing-masing,
and the
bro.
weak will always be weak. Even in this carefree dream. In the end, if people can't even secure their own survival, they won't care about the illusory future of equality. As long as the law of survival of the fittest prevails, there will always...
But if people don't live for the future, do they merely exist for survival? If even you, my brother, don't believe that the harmony will save the weak, then which Eon can make our dreams come true?
Eon. Eon tuh di game tuh kayak godnya ya.
People often forget that
Kayak dewanya.
when the first bird took flight, the entire world envisioned a future where no more fledglings would ever crash to their death.
Are you reading, sister?
Mr. Gopherwood gave me a pick if I could become a
Kasih
coordinator.
PPT lagi, bro.
Don't you?
Of course I do. It's...
Then let's build a stage there.
Iya, cutscene-nya cuma sedikit, cuy. Lupa.
It's a deal.
Cocok.
But how can I become a chord master?
Maybe
apa tadi cutscene-nya?
you'll
Nah, finally, Jo. Kita TP dulu, TP. Kita TP dulu nih. Langsung kah di TP-in? Oh, langsung.
You're back sooner than I thought.
Langsung.
Any results?
8 jam lagi.
Yes. And now, it's up to us to forge ahead.
Since his last will has now been conveyed, my final mission is complete. But pardon me if I sound curt. It's good to have determination.
The
path Mikhail left for you is not an easy one. Why else would he have chosen to sleep in solitude, staking everything on some nameless in the future? But you have the numbers, and in numbers comes strength.
Got any more encouraging work?
As I see it, relying on Welt's negotiations alone is far from enough. Regardless of whether the other party will be compliant, negotiating simply allows us to meet them as equals. It won't grant us an upper hand. Penacony is our rival's home turf, and we already have very few chips left to play with. Rather than idly sit around while the family's got us blocked off, an offensive approach might be a wiser course of action. We're more familiar with the Stellaron's properties than most, and since it's the key to stabilizing the sweet dream, it's vital to the family's interests. By attacking their core interests, they're bound to retaliate hastily. And as the saying goes, haste makes waste.
That's right. As long as we pose a threat to the Stellaron,
Mudah
either with words or
nggak
otherwise, we have a chance at gaining the upper hand.
Di Simulation World ya. Simulation World level
But the problem is,
beda 2 level.
on the eve of the Charmony Festival opening, how exactly are we going to get close to the theater? Family security will be airtight, and if we brute force it, even if we succeed, it's too risky.
So, no one's gonna say anything? Then I'll raise my hand. I know the answer to this question.
Okay, of course you don't never looks we have fun as them to master.
The express crew would have been disbanded long ago if it weren't for me. So, I heard that before the Charmony Festival begins, there'll be a pageant to kick off the festival. It's called the Soulglad TM Festivity Auditions, or something. And it's going to be held in the moment of scorched sand. As long as we clinch the top spot, we'll be able to attain the title of Festive Superstar and be able to personally bask in the graces of Miss Robin. Not that that's important. What's crucial is that we can enter the Grand Theater before the audience arrives.
So,
Oke, kita masuk
how do
ke
we go about participating in these festivity auditions?
harus masuk teater sebelum orang lain pada datang gitu.
I've already procured special invite tickets from Miss Robin's fan club. To tell you the truth, I had been preparing to join the auditions all along. But now it looks like even if I scrape through, I probably still won't have the chance to shake Miss Robin's hand.
So they're still running this thing, huh? It was originally just a publicity stunt, set up by Mikhail to drum up attention. Looks like it might be worth a shot.
We'll follow Marge's plan. Mr. Gallagher, will you be joining us?
I'm afraid I won't have the time. As a virtual character, I've already completed my final mission. Whether Penacony can awaken from this dream is all down to you.
Should we ever cross paths again? I'd love for you to visit the Express.
All right. I'll have to add to that data bank of yours you've got on the Express.
And Miss Firefly, we thank you for all your support. We're faced with a formidable enemy.
Same, yeah.
As long as the Astral Express and Stellaron Hunter's objectives are aligned, we're willing to cooperate with you.
We've already come this far together. I'd like to join you for the rest of your journey on Penacony. I'm pleased that we can finally fight shoulder to shoulder. I couldn't ask for a better ending.
This is also the spirit of the Trailblaze. Now, everyone, let's prepare to move out.
Kan final battle. Scorch and Hall. Oh, kita udah masuk ya pakai jalan si itu. Mark 7.
Wow, they've really outdone themselves. Oh, I'm starting to get excited.
Behold, yeah. Superstar of the festival.
Is he talking about us?
Bukan.
Excuse me, you four. What are you hoping to get out of all this?
As the last group of contestants, how confident are you in overcoming all of the challenges?
Would you be open to a brief exclusive interview with us? It'll be...
Your journey is long and fraught with peril, yet under a sky...
The sword and rose! Protect the beauty!
A knight's head is hard as steel.
People are pouring in. It kind of feels like all sorts of baddies are showing up. Let's get...
Ladies and gentlemen, please, make way. Allow me to introduce myself. I'm the director of Soulglad's Factory.
Itu orang tadi nggak sih yang ditemuin sama Robin?
My four friends, introduce yourselves to the audience across the cosmos.
Oh, dia itunya ya. Director.
Hello, everybody. I'm Himiko, a nameless from the Astral Express, and these are my companions.
Don't you guys need to hide your identities? Can't hide it anyways. Penacony is plastered with our posters. And because the Astral Express is so well known, the family won't dare to make any rash moves.
Oke, lo. Nah, kita yang mana sih? Kita Indonesia. Oke, ini sih yang rada konyol nggak?
Don't expose my net handle to everyone! Hello, everyone! I'm Mark 7. I'm an ordinary girl who loves adventures.
Hello, everyone. I'm Firefly. I am also
adventures.
So it's a
Dia
bunch of nameless
Mark
characters.
7 dong.
This final face-off is bound to be spectacular. Time is precious. My four friends, come with me.
Kita nyanyi kah? Rusty gear.
This place is buzzing.
That's right. This venue is a miniature representation of that time known as
Don't
the
hit
era
me.
filled with boundless.
Ini gue ini buat apa sih? Dapat itu kah? Achievement kah? Dapat something gitu, something good. Waduh. Bau-bau tidak benar, Bung.
Names, your arrival reminds me of the grand occasion when penacony was first established. I was still a young, bright-eyed lad back then, lured here by the watchmakers once. During a particularly grueling day, I passed out and was resuscitated by a drink from Mr. Suk. That sweet taste has since been etched in my mind, and that was what drove me to create the Soul Glad that we all know and love today. The dream-chasing era was truly a wondrous time. Oh, I miss those days, and the watchmaker. Scorched Sand Hall is my homage to that time of boundless possibilities. I wholeheartedly hope you make it to the finish and emerge as the next superstars of penacony. Now then, is there anything you'd like to say before the competition officially begins?
Apa? Oh, ini nggak sih? Ini nggak sih? Nah, we did it win. Gelo.
That's the trailblazing spirit. How about
Salah satu
you, Miss March?
kata keramat, Cok.
Hello, everyone! Next up, get ready for the Mega Mark 7th adventure, where
Kata-kata
I'm going to
keramat,
break the
Cok.
speed
I
run
didn't
world
win.
record.
Trailblazing into the uncharted and challenging the limits. That's Miss March 7th for you. How about Miss Firefly?
Gelo kata-kata keramat.
I hope that by the end of this journey,
Ah, a wonderful wish.
Safety first, everyone.
Simp waiting for you are 3 stages, each connected to that era. The first 2 stages offer 2 distinct paths
Challenge.
to choose from. And in the last stage,
Oh,
you
yang
will
terakhir
face
kita
off
bakal
against a champion who has defended the title to this very
itu
day.
jagoannya.
A beloved contender whose noble virtues are unrivaled.
Lawan former champion.
Those
Oke.
are the rules. Simple. Everyone clear? Now,
Cok, ngapain nih?
Everyone, as the Charmony Festival is drawing closer, we must reach the end as quickly as possible.
Okay.
Factoring in efficiency and safety, splitting up into 2 groups is the best choice. March and I haven't known Miss Firefly for too long and aren't overly familiar with her. It'd probably be better if the 2 of you paired up.
fine by me.
Gas, ayo.
All right. I don't have a problem with that.
Let's do this.
We'll split into the assigned groups then. Let's not waste time.
Kau sih, gas. Target. Yuk, ngapain kita ngapain?
Welcome to the first stage of Soul Glad, and in the School of Acting Challenge, you have to complete 3
Acting challenge,
performances
okay.
from 3 now. Make
Acting script, oke. Nah, cutscene. Sinding dong, coy. Good. Apa ini kita? Oh, ini nih stage awal. Ngapain cok? Klik button on the track. Maksudnya?
The champion's crown awaits you on the stage. Welcome to the arena of action stars.
Competitors, allow me to introduce. There are a total of 3 stages of it. It's worth mentioning that the
time is of the essence.
Yeah.
Take a look. This is pure genius in action.
Ada itu cok. Sabar.
Contestants, you are about to confront the monsters of the primordial dreamscape. During this period, Penacony was nothing but a barren wasteland. The dreamscape was fraught with strife and disorder, with memory zone memes running rampant. As dream chasers who've come to Penacony, defeating them.
The soul glad is ours.
One shot sama kawan kan ini. Monsternya.
Did you come here of your own volition? Folk in the still waters of oblivion, I guide the wandering soul.
What's wrong? Never seen perfection up close before? The door to a whole new world.
Let me tend to your wounds.
Impressive. Almost.
Time to go on the offensive. Defend the weak.
I weep for the departed. Dust's reign, it too shall fall.
Lagi backward.
Pretty simple. I just hope these tests don't take.
Gelok kebuka jalannya.
Congratulations on becoming just as you're about to.
Why is our opponent?
Because this is So Glad Enterprises 3030.
Isn't this just product placement?
To safeguard the intent.
One si gede yuk. Ada si gede.
Curiosity. Endless riddle. But the answer is nothing but a void. I'd say you look tough, but who am I kidding? You've just got to expand your thinking. Raise barriers of the unknown. And watch
si gede.
Systems as fleeting as the dawn's dew, destined for oblivion.
Looks like somebody needs. Look, listen, feel, kick!
Indestructible.
I weep for the departed.
Kita spam ulti aja. Lebam ulti.
Dust's reign, it too shall fall.
Lance ablaze. Flaming lance. Forward!
Time to shoot. What's in your prescription?
Nice teamwork.
All at once? I don't have time for games.
Oke, sabar.
The door to a whole new world.
Ini free break.
Another journey begins. In the still waters of oblivion, I guide the wandering souls.
Let me tend to your wounds.
Oh, dikit lagi udah pecah tuh.
Again?
You've just got to expand your thinking.
Existence fleeting as the dawn's dew, destined for oblivion.
Looks like somebody needs a doctor. Look, listen, feel, kick!
Nggak rebound.
Defend the weak.
Kagak rebound juga.
Justice reigns. It too shall fall.
What's wrong? Never the door to a whole new world.
Did you come here of your own volition?
The world kisses me with pain.
Pain, I promise
And I
all
provide.
Oke, lo kebuka. Dapet itu juga. Oh, ini lah championnya. Ini itu championnya tuh.
Take a look.
Itu dulu dah.
This is your genius in action.
Congratulations to our two dream chasers for establishing yourselves as budding stars in penacony. However, now you face a competitor selling at low prices, pushing you to the brink of bankruptcy. No matter how lengthy the battle, you always persevere. Topple this power.
None will take my soul glad away. Oh, dinosaur! They got grab a bottle of soul glad.
itu defending championnya Dino.
This is where it ends. Existence is fleeting as the dawn's dew, destined for oblivion.
Lamps ablaze. Flaming winds. Forward!
Curiosity. Endless riddles. But the answer is nothing but a void. All at once, I don't the door to a whole new world. Raise barriers of the unknown and watch them crumble.
Looks like somebody needs a doctor. Yeah!
Don't worry, it's just a script.
Dino.
How familiar.
Lance at the ready. Indestructible.
Did you come here of your own volition?
Let me tend to your wound.
I weep for the departed. Dust's reign, it too shall fall.
What's wrong? Never seen perfection. Here I come. Ready or not.
I'm on guard. Fracture!
Half the work is already. In the still waters of oblivion, I guide the wandering souls.
Scratch.
Looks like somebody needs a doctor. Gotta get those vitamins.
Don't worry, it's just a script.
All at once, you've just got to expand your thinking.
Lance at the ready.
Half the work is existence as fleeting as the dawn's dew, destined for oblivion.
The body withered. You took.
That should do it! Okay. Let's go. Mr. Yang is waiting for us. Isn't this fight way off from the actual...
Transforming into a dinosaur isn't imaginative enough for you? This is the sort of magic only seen on penacony. Anyway, let's get back on track. Where were we? Oh, after an extended battle in the years that followed, you...
Berubah kan?
We won! Let's hurry up and get to the next stage.
Gua kira dia berubah.
Oh.
Cuma doang ya, nggak ada kan? Untung doang, skip dah.
Congrats to both of you. Look at the time.
That red-haired contestant.
You'll find out eventually, but you have the option to
So
choose
glad.
gunfire, and now make your choice.
Ini nggak sih?
Dear friends, welcome to the enchanting universe. It is said that these cartoons enter into the world of Honkai.
If it's a gunfire trial.
Gas. Oh, ini tempatnya kastil itu ya.
Ready? 1, 2, 3. Are we...
in this Honu. Alas, Honu present.
Yuk gas, masuk.
Oh, brave Hanu, you look like you could really use some. Long time no
Oke,
see.
ngumpulin itu. Asal aja.
Oh, listen, Chloe, but you know what? Now scurry along. I can't wait to see you finish the dream team.
Let's stay alert and make sure those monsters don't spot us. Look up there. If we can push that thing down, do you think that would do the trick?
Ya. Apa? Kenapa ada gini, bro?
Finally, that's all the jigsaw pieces.
Ah, ini nih ada.
Let's hurry back.
Waduh, banyak banget, bro. Masih bener. Balik.
Oh
Ah.
my! Hurry now?
Are such hap.
Yuk.
Disconnecting from that thing so suddenly has left me feeling slightly disoriented.
Itu udah pernah sih berubah.
Is that Hanu?
Brother Hanu, wela.
What exactly is he talking about?
Nah, ini Koki.
Clocky? I can also see him.
Kel,
Is
Koki
this
keluar.
character part of the show?
In Dreamville, Clocky is everywhere and can do anything. Like right now, I can be your translator. TikTok. Hanu says, "Battle! We must do battle! The enemy is at our doorstep, and we have no path of retreat.
Oke. Mana?
Touch that suspicious-looking TV right now."
So they just... Sheesh. What? Well, here we go again. Ready?
Masuk lagi, guys. Jadi Hanu.
Getting used to this.
No, it's last we saw but brave Hanu.
But we still don't.
Guess what? Hanu's favorite bazooka just so happens to be.
Besok aja, besok apa? Udah itu masih.
The storage room. It's behind the shelves, right? bazooka here. Now we should have a way of dealing with this thing. Feels just like the soaring locust too.
Oh, bolong ya. Dibahas semua kah? Oh iya deh, baru kebuka ya.
Careful. It looks like
KO one shot one kill. Masih ada banyak coy.
here we go again.
Duh, gila. Duh.
That should be all of them.
Bazooka.
Well, that's that.
Okay, next.
This thing? What I've got is leagues beyond.
Next. Ada ini.
Oh.
Congratulations to being the final stage. Welcome
Final
to the
stage
30
nah nih checkpointnya bener langsung battle ya. Ini sama.
No way. I think I just saw someone. Someone extraordinary.
Oh, you want this? Fine. Take it and amuse yourself.
Please wait! Handsome gentleman. By the glorious light of beauty! I never thought I would see you again.
Defending champion.
Are you a knight?
Upon hearing of the impending festivities, I commanded the one and only to bring me to Penacony with full haste. Alas, the cosmos unguarded by the beauty. Disorder prevails. Thus my passage was delayed by tending to the sick and injured.
Sabar. Di gua enggak tapi audio biasa.
Fortunately, the mini rabbit mech pilot
Di itunya naik ya. Kalau gua ganti itu ya. Dia pakai display.
saving the world. No, that won't do. The rules of the contest are What would be the no?
Iya, bawah. Ya, cepat lah, so asik cok.
Forgive me, my dear friends, but if what you say is true, though upon arrival what matters is that I now stand before you. If I am fortunate enough to emerge victorious, Idrilla, the beauty.
Dikejar waktu cok, bocah gay cok.
Dear friends, please ready yourselves for this trial set forth by the beauty.
Lance ablaze.
Flaming lance. Forward.
Curiosity. Endless riddle. But the answer is nothing but a void. I'd say you look tough. You've just got to expand your thinking. Raise barriers of the unknown and watch them crumble.
Ntar gue lihat-lihatin ya.
Existence as fleeting as the dawn's dew.
Argenti,
For oblivion.
Argenti cok.
Somebody needs a doctor. Well, listen, feel good.
Lance at the ready.
Rise to the challenge. Pledge thy loyalty.
Dua fase lagi.
My gallant friend, put forth all your might.
Si G ini dua fase cok.
Another journey begins.
Let me tend to your book.
I'm on guard. Defend the weak.
Tahun lagi.
Confess.
Familiar.
What's
Ini dua
wrong?
cok nggak?
Never seen. You've just got to expand your thinking.
In the still waters of oblivion, I guide the wandering soul.
A flesh wound.
I weep for the departed. Dust's reign, it too shall fall.
Enggak itu bro.
Lance ablaze.
Nah baru.
Flaming lance. Forward.
You don't look so good.
Lance at the ready.
Pressure. Rise to the challenge.
Timberir.
All at once? I don't. The door to a whole new world.
Existence as fleeting as the dawn's dew, destined for oblivion.
Rise to the challenge.
Ya 1% cok mati.
You're fighting a gentleman. Pledge thy loyalty.
Well, listen, feel
A
good.
flesh wound.
Ya.
Your convictions,
Okay,
my
wait.
friends, are indeed on. The laurels of victory belong to a trip.
You've just got to expand your thinking. Glimpse the unknown for a moment and let it captivate you.
Behold, this symbol of
Fear
pure
and Shield.
beauty.
Gila 4.
Let the duel commence.
In the still waters of oblivion, I guide the wandering soul.
A flesh wound. Confess.
Familiar.
Time to What's in your prescription?
Don't worry, it's just a scrape.
My gallant friend, put forth all your might.
Looks like somebody needs a doctor.
What's wrong? Never seen perfection up close. The door to a whole new world.
Indestructible. Lance ablaze.
Lance ablaze.
Forward.
Familiar.
You're fighting a gentleman. My gallant friend, put forth all your might.
Let me tend to your wounds.
A flesh wound.
You've just got to expand your thinking.
I'm on guard.
Fokus ke si G-nya, Cok.
Bear witness.
I weep for the departed. Dust rain, it too shall fall.
Rise to the challenge.
Curiosity, endless riddles. But the answer is nothing but a void. Still as hopeless as the door to a whole new world. Raise barriers of the unknown and watch them crumble.
Wow, 1%.
That's enough. I have come to grasp the sincerity of your cause. I yield.
Lah, belum kelar lah, belum nol itu.
Beautiful! Truly a captivating contest.
Belum
It is
nol,
through
Cok.
you that I go forth. My dear friend, beautiful miss, I shall remain here.
We don't have much time. In that case, let's
Connect
make our
off
way to
G,
the end.
Cok.
Penacony's really thronging with talent. I hope we make it in time.
Langka nih kalau pakai display. Kayak game capture tuh nama apa ngelek ya. Di guanya enggak. Lu biasa dong. Oh, ini tempat bos kah? Disisit kah? Disisit kah?
Congratulations to the both of you on becoming the festive superstars of this year's Charmony Festival. Before entering the Grand Theater, on behalf of the organizers, extend my sincere congratulations to you, wishing you joy under their radiance. Your endeavors are worthy of extra recognition, and I've taken steps to ensure that. However, this reward is not a material one, but rather the opportunity for an open and honest communication between us. As previously promised, my sister, Mr. Yang, and I have met with the Dream Master. We delved into the truth about Penacony and its Stellaron, and have come to a consensus. Both I and the Oak family cannot acquiesce to your request.
Just as expected.
We acknowledge the perspective of you, Nameless. Penacony does require change, but not as you propose. The planet of festivities cannot and will not revert to a place characterized by chaos, disorder, or anarchy. Through your journey of overcoming obstacles, you must have glimpsed the essence of that era. The vulnerable ruthlessly eliminated. Equality. Ultimately, only heroes like yourselves manage to achieve success. But I would dare ask, if you did not possess the special status of having a Stellaron, and you were but an anonymous and frail member among the masses, which penacony would you prefer? A dystopia for the survival of the fittest? Or a sweet dream paradise for all?
Hardware lah, ngapain cok? Halu cuy, jadi bocah halu. Bocah halu cuy.
That's not the point. Don't let him mislead you.
Mr. Sunday, even if the members of the Oak family can't fully agree on what to do about the Stellaron, now's not exactly the time to be holding an extensive discourse about Penacony's past and future, is it? The Stellaron issue concerns the life and death of everyone on Penacony. If anyone has a better suggestion, the crew is more than willing to listen. Also, it'd be best to tell us the ins and outs of that meeting. This way, we'll at least know what Welt and Miss Robin are dealing with, and the reason why they failed to make our appointment.
Ah, Navigator. That is precisely my intent. Let's talk about our tribulations and choices, our ideals and beliefs, and our final course of action.
Ada yang lainnya si Chicken Wing Boy juga. Well ago.
You mean to say that for the longest time, there have been scoundrels who would use the Charmony Festival?
Indeed, Dream Master. Once the Charmony Festival begins, the Stellaron's powers, along with the song, will be broadcast across the entire planet of Penacony. And then everyone in their dreams will be unable to awaken.
Tinggal di mimpi ya, bukan bisa bangun.
This is indeed surprising to me. The dreamscape is maintained by the collective effort of the 5 families. If someone were to use the Charmony Festival to recklessly disseminate the power of the Stellaron, do you have any...
I'd like to ask, did you really not know of the Stellaron's existence?
I would have never thought that this nameless would point the spear at me.
If I have offended, the Astral Express extends its sincere apologies. But the current circumstances are dire and leave no room for meticulous inquiry. We're doing this out of concern.
Dream Master, it's just to prove that the Charmony Festival has nothing to do with the Stellaron. If we're being overly cautious, I will return to the stage.
Sunday, Robin, I've watched you two grow up and know your dispositions like the back of the magnitude of this matter is enormous and cannot be taken lightly. Sunday, might I ask you to beseech them to cast their light unto me and question me in their stead?
I will do as you command.
Robin, could I entrust you to be present as a witness, to document the truth?
I will do as you command.
May thy will be carried out on earth.
Oh, triple-faced soul, please sear his tongue and palms with a hot...
Mana genjutsu, bro?
Understood?
Mana genjutsu?
Question. Have you...
Naturally.
Do you love your god as you do yourself?
Naturally.
Have you strayed from the path?
Never.
Have you ever been inordinate with your app?
Never.
Then, a final. Do you swear to fulfill all vows?
With the Eon as my witness, if I do not deliver on my words, or...
They have seen your faith.
Just a moment.
What is it?
I have another question I hope to have answered. To my understanding, the family's harmony and prosperity have never relied on so-called divine laws. The god you both mentioned, are they truly Shibe?
Shibe, the harmony.
Mr. Yang should know that those belonging to the family toil together as if they were kin. Such a delicate and complex symphony. Which other god could perfectly harmonize this, if not for the Great One,
perfectly harmonize. Therein lies the problem. It isn't an outsider lurking in the shadows who changed the harmony, but a dissonance that has surreptitiously emerged from within this very symphony itself.
Karena genjutsu guys dia.
In the distant past, there existed an eon. With one flick of the wrist, they crafted the laws of the cosmos. Their followers formed the Beyond the Sky Choir, spreading solemn and reverent hymns throughout the universe. Later, they fell. The route traversed by this eon clashed with the harmony, ultimately being absorbed and fused into it. The chorus that once reverberated across worlds fell silent, and when it echoed anew, though an eon may perish, paths with no masters still linger.
Mr. Yang, being overly astute can be a detriment. Especially when you find yourself alone and without allies.
So,
for the sake of our grand cause someday, please.
What?
Sorry, Robin. It's just you. I did not wish for you to know this.
Si hari Minggu, Cok.
This is the true reason I can't sing.
The chicken wing boy.
The shadow that envelops Penacony is actually...
We were never children of the harmony. Our ideal paradise could not have been crafted by Shipe. True bliss can only be guaranteed by the one who transcends the many. Within the foundation of law, humanity established, and through harmony, we obtain order.
Ya, iyalah. Genjutsu ya intinya ya.
Unbelievable. To think that there would be remnants of the order on...
What have you done with Mr. Yang and Miss Rob?
Don't worry. I just gave them some time alone to ponder their fates.
You should know that these actions make you an enemy of the Astral Express.
Should we need to stand against the Nameless, it would only be myself and the Oak family involved. But we haven't reached that point yet, have we? Your efforts for the justice of Penacony are evident to everyone, and have been widely observed.
Ya, chicken wing, chicken wing.
Oh, I intend to. But that hinges...
If it is the order that drove you to imprison Welt and Robin, and you're using them to coerce our compliance, then there'll be no point in entertaining any type of discussion.
You're mistaken, Miss Himiko. They are in very safe hands, and just as the family has always proclaimed, no one can... Penacony and the entire universe have witnessed far too much innocent bloodshed. The strong wield their blades against the weak, and the victors push the vanquished to the brink of life.
Satu bro gitu ya.
Natural selection. The world abides by this principle, establishing the well-being of humanity atop the corpses of the downtrodden. Only we, or rather, I, possess the power to put an end to this farce.
So you've decided to resurrect a dead Eon? No one's ever done such a thing.
If Miss Himiko is interested, let's draw back the veil and speak candidly. I've always firmly believed that people can understand one another through peaceful means. I'm willing to divulge the unembellished truth as to the intentions of the Order's Pathstriders, so that you will make... So, come with me, everyone. Welcome. This isn't any location in Penacony's dreamscape. It's my inner world. The reason the scenery before you remains unchanged is because your consciousness has drawn on similar concepts to fill in the gaps.
Did you do the same to Welt?
It's a tuning process. stronger in effect and more draining on the mind. The gray-haired guest has experienced it before, so he should have. Tuning allows you to intuitively grasp my feelings, which also means that I cannot hide it. Now, everyone, please look at the huge screen. The road. From this point on, you will, I believe, after going through similar predicaments. Let's begin. The first decision. This story happened when Robin and I were very young. We were victims of the Stellaron disaster, and the families of Mr. Gopher Wood, who would later become the Dream Master of Penacony, saw that we siblings had no one to turn to and took us in. Later on, Robin and I lived a time with nary a care in the world. One day, after dinner, while my younger sister and I were lounging about in Mr. Gopher Wood's yard, we spotted a fledgling Charmony dove all on its own. That baby bird was tiny. It didn't even have all of its feathers. We decided to build a nest for it right there and then. However, it was clear that if we left the fledgling in the yard, it stood no chance of surviving until spring. So, I suggested we take it. We decided that when it regained its strength enough to spread its wings, we would release it back into the wild. The tragic part, something that we'd never considered, was that this bird's fate had already been determined. Its destiny was determined by our momentary. Now, I pass the power of choice to you all. Stick to the original plan, and build a nest with soft net where the Charmony dove fell, or build a cage for it, and feed it, giving it the utmost care from within the warmth of a
cage
home.
for it and feed it, giving the utmost care for.
I eagerly await your answer.
Biar alam lo yang eksekusi ya.
I'm happy to see that you made a choice similar to ours. If your mind is made up, let me reveal the outcome of it. We passionately nursed it back to health, preparing only the best food for it every day. We even preened its feathers. Later, on the day that Robin left Penacony, we opened the cage door and I watched it for a long while by the window. Probably about 3 or so days. In those 3 long days, the little Charmony dove tried again and again to spread its wings to fly into the sky, but fell to the ground, only to keep trying. Finally, on the 137th attempt, it succeeded. But its attempt did not go perfectly. After flying unsteadily for a while, it fell to the ground. The fall shattered its wings. It writhed helplessly in my embrace. But it was all for naught. I deeply regret the choices we made. Next, let us head to the second decision. This story happened when I was appointed as it was during that period. He was a dream chaser. He told me he had a plan in place after hearing the dream chaser's story. I'll tell you the outcome soon. Will you do as I did and try to convince the Bloodhound family to stop their pursuit so that the dream chaser may live peacefully and realize his, or will you remain silent, leaving him to languish while the hounds are hot on his heels until his inevitable judgment arrives? I look forward to everyone's decisions. It seems you, like me, are pondering whether a different choice would have led to a better outcome. Say he never gets caught. he would only die from delirium. The methods with which illegal stowaways enter dreams are unorthodox, not flawless like the hotels. Living in the dreamscape would be a mere pipe dream, should he be apprehended. Could the hounds afford to turn a blind eye? The answer is a definite as to your choice. I once again offer my heartfelt apology. And the story this time. This story happened the day I was appointed the Oak family head. At that time, Mr. Gopherwood was the current Dream Master. And what surprised me was that the Dream Master had only come to deliver a letter to me. He let me read its contents, and it was a letter from my sister. The letter contained the usual pleasantries, anecdotes from her travels, nothing out of the ordinary. Just as I started wondering how this letter related to our discussion, the Dream Master...
Do you know who wrote this letter?
My sister, of course. But why would you personally visit me?
To help you grasp the full scope of this issue.
From what the letter indicates, she must be in Caspelina 8, correct?
Correct. Has she mentioned anything about a stray...
A stray book?
A war has broken out on that planet. It is because of this very reason she hoped to ease the people's...
Is she alright?
If the operation was successful, she should probably, by the eon above, the bullet struck her neck directly, yet possibly as a reward for her consistent deeds of harmony.
Those damned savages! I'll pack my bags right away. My gratitude for bringing this to my attention, Mr. Gopherwood.
Now you understand why she always wears such elaborate neck ornaments.
How could this happen?
It's all in the past, so please don't worry. Likewise, I've prepared because this is merely a figment. Would you still support Robin's journey on the path of harmony?
Apapun jawaban kita, yes. Dude, just like me.
I am now aware of everyone's stances. Raising these questions merely serves to illustrate one point. The plight of Penacony cannot be salvaged by the harmony. The true foundation for a sweet dream paradise can only be as... I know the suffering of being tormented. The turmoil of losing your way. How sorrow, and even despair, set in when matters don't work out. All of this causes me unending. We must teach the weak how to live a happy life. And this life isn't some noble propriety that the upper crust preaches, but in definitive terms, a way of survival that belongs to everyone.
So what is your definition of living a happy life?
Good question. Human consciousness is fundamentally an illusion, a cage known as self-worth. People lured in by this illusion make mistakes, yet still ask that when one mistake after the next permeates the masses, they become impossible to trace. Thus, the amassing of these individual nature is always accompanied by predation and sacrifice. Its antithesis is known as order. That is what I want to do. Unite people's happiness under the banner of order. They won't need to make bitter choices any longer, nor face the weaknesses of humanity. They can cast aside their primal instincts to build a haven for mankind.
Bro, ingin hidup di dalam mimpi, cok, di dalam genjutsu.
Simply describing thoughts is far too abstract. So allow me to provide a simple example. As you all may know, there are societal norms like weekends and long weekends that exist on some worlds. During these hard-earned rest days, people are given the chance to extricate themselves from the stresses of everyday life, allowing us, and it is only on these days, That people do not have to adhere to the law where the strong prey on the weak. They can live out their lives happily during these brief intermissions. It's just a pity that 2 or 3 days are still too fleeting compared to the span of a life. From where I stand, society's ideal system should be 7 rest days. Following Sunday, there should ensue a second, a third, and indeed an infinite procession. And thus, every person can return to their base self. There would be no need to bear the hardships of reality. Only in this way can humanity face the inevitable end with the Miss Firefly. You
Nah,
who are
mirip-mirip
stricken
Naruto ya.
with entropy
Jangan dia
loss syndrome.
ngontek Naruto nih.
You of all would surely understand this.
It sounds like.
But what is the price to attain all this?
The cost is minute, merely a personal and eternal sacrifice. If this paradise is to be maintained for everyone, someone must remain trapped in solitary wakening until the end of the cosmos.
Awakening. Which means that this so-called paradise is still a dream. Stepping into this paradise means forsaking reality, correct?
It is not forsaking, but transcending. Flesh, blood, sorrow, weakness. If the physical is the root of spiritual suffering, it is only logical that we defeat it.
But in this supposed bliss, people won't have defeated their demons. The chance to overcome their tribulations would be forever lost to them. In other words, it is an escape.
Orang mau kabur dari kenyataan tuh.
That's another way of understanding it. But there is no shame in escape. On the contrary, the seeds of escape exist in everyone's hearts. Don't you agree, Miss Firefly? And as for why life slumbers, it is because we are afraid to awaken from our dreams. But this is not in conflict with the grand plan. Only in acknowledging this can we truly understand the frailty of human nature, and from there, show compassion and protection.
I admit that you are a born leader. Your perspective on humanity brims with pessimism. Yet you express compassion for all. But unlike you, I live for the self. From my perspective, individuals making choices for themselves is their birthright. The want to escape may be innate in the weak. But whether they are weak or not, it is not up to another to decide. Perhaps in your mind, you also view me as weak? Because I don't think so.
Since Miss Firefly has said her piece, the Astral Express will also naturally give you our answer. We'll leave it to you. Just as Mr. McHale instructed before. Tell him our choice.
Lawan kah? Lawan Chicken Wing Boy?
What
Long
is
ago.
this place?
Does this place ring any bells, Misha?
I don't know, but I feel a sense of deja vu. What is this place?
It's the realm within a dream bubble. This was left to the Astral Express by a nameless, but weirdly, when we entered it, Dr. Edward from the Dreamscape sales store told me that dreams are formed from memories, and a dream bubble can't take shape, so I thought you might be able to help us in unraveling this mystery, Misha. As a hotel doorman, you know Penacony best among us.
I don't know much about dream bubbles, but if you want to figure out what this mansion is...
I'm counting on you then.
Himeko, I still don't get it. Why were you so sure that Misha had a...
I wasn't sure. It was just a hunch. But since Misha feels familiar... Exactly. This is where you and Firefly encountered death, which we now know as dormancy. Considering its connection to Dreamflux Reef, it's not surprising it appeared here. The question now is, who brought you here? Based on the clues we have so far, it's unlikely to be that masked fool. So identifying them is crucial to us. We're drawing closer to the truth once more. Let's give Misha some time, as I believe he'll unveil the secret of this dream book.
Alright, but there are doors all over the place. Which one should we
ini yang muter-muter itu
choose?
ya? Ya nggak sih?
Do you have any idea,
Yang ada
Misha?
suara kita masuk muter-muter banyak lagi.
I guess... maybe this way?
Weh, sabar. Bellboy.
I'm not entirely sure, but... let's give it a try.
Yo, Bellboy.
Wait, you managed to choose the right door on your first try?
Oke, lo first try tuh,
Weird.
Bellboy.
This place is quite different from the hotel. But I feel like I've been here before, and even lived here for a while. If I remember correctly, there should be a fireplace down that hallway. Clocky and I used to sit by the fire, listening to the...
Dia pernah sih nama
And the room on the other side was the toy room.
Oke, kanan
I
toy room.
loved spreading out all the toys. Hold on. This doesn't make sense. Didn't I grow up in Dreamflux Reef? So... what?
This could be a case of amnesia. Don't worry, Misha. It's common for everyone to forget certain aspects of the past. Those memories haven't vanished. They're just lying in the depths of your mind. Since this place seems familiar to you, why don't we explore a few more rooms and see if you can recall any...
Yeah. Then let's check out the rooms I just...
Tindu nggak sih? Bellboy.
Mikhail, that's the name. Now we all know him as the watchmaker.
Kayaknya dia nggak sih watchmaker-nya?
So, who is
Bellboy?
he talking to?
I'm sorry.
Dia
I don't know
watchmaker
much
kan?
about the watchmaker.
But anything special about that name?
Mikhail is Grandpa's name.
Bukan Mikhail,
Grandpa?
kakeknya dia, cu.
Do you mean you're the watchmaker's
Bukan.
grandson?
But we haven't heard anything about the watchmaker having descendants. And the name Mikhail is not rare.
Harus di
Perhaps it's
tangannya
merely
si
a coincidence.
itu
Could you
nggak sih?
tell us
Si
more
Bellboy.
about your grandpa, Mikhail?
Ralika harusnya di tangannya si Bellboy
Yeah,
kali.
sure. He was a seafarer who fearlessly ventured into mysterious seas and storms. He was always on the sea and had lots of friends who accompanied him on his travels.
Nah,
He
temannya salah
didn't want
satunya
me to
itu nggak
call
sih?
him
Aaron,
Grandpa
ya nggak sih?
because that would make him sound old. He believed he was still young. The name Mikhail was given to him by his parents, Mihaly and Elise, both renowned seafarers. Every time he came back, he'd share his logbook with me and tell me about his adventures at sea.
Oh, setiap si kakeknya pulang dia
I want to become a
selalu
great
nyeritain
adventurer just like him.
petualangannya dia ya di laut ya.
It appears that the seafarer has nothing to do with the watchmaker.
Jadi selama di laut dia bikin kayak
So,
tulisan gitu.
perhaps it's just a coincidence?
The diary itu buat ceritain ke
So, where is your grandpa now?
cucunya.
He went off on a new journey, and it's been quite a while since I left. So, where has Clocky gone? Did he leave to protect Dreamville? Tick-tock. I heard some noises from the room. Origami bar-
You and Origami
Yeah. It's a member of the Compass crew, just like Clocky and Miss Mirror. And there's more than just one origami bird. They follow Miss Mirror's orders and handle all sorts of jobs on the ship. They're the best sailors.
Sailors? Can origami birds be sailors?
Could you tell us more about the compass, Misha?
The compass is a ship bound for the new world. Clocky and his partners travel through layers of fog to the depths of the sea. Whenever there is danger, Clocky will use a compass and guide the ship in the right...
That's a great story. But in the Penacony cartoon, Clocky and his partners have always lived in Dreamville and never ventured out.
Huh? Oh, that does seem to be the case. Weird. I clearly remember Clocky arrived in the new world in the end.
Oh, dia ingat tak Clocky itu ya datang ke dunia luar ya.
Perhaps Clocky has a hidden past.
I think I hear the sound of water.
You once mentioned there's a magnificent fountain up ahead. Look, there it is.
The water resembles a precious jewel, embedded in the dreams of all seafarers. Every time I gaze at the shimmering lights beneath the waves, it feels as though I'm back.
Have you recalled anything, Misha?
Yeah, I saw these sentences in Grandpa's logbook. He used to say that despite the perils of the sea, whenever he stood on the deck in the afternoon, overlooking the sparkling waves, he would think of this fountain in front of his house. He often said that those moments felt like returning to his family's side, and the difficulties at sea didn't seem quite as challenging.
You know,
Berarti
I
cucu
quite
yang
understand such sentiments.
bikin dream kayak apa kota mimpi malah jadi doorbell ya, parah ya. Malah jadi bellboy,
Don't tease. I was just being a bit sentimental.
Perhaps every adventurer far from home carries a fountain within their soul. Even though the other side of the sea remains shrouded in the unknown, the fountain in front of his house serves as a compass, leading him back to his cherished ones.
Yeah, while Grandpa was at home, we would stand by the fountain and place the compass, a toy boat that I made, into the pool. Back then, I would ask him when I could go on adventures like him, and he would always laugh and say I was still too young.
It seems this Mikhail is truly a seafarer and has nothing to do with the watchmaker.
Yeah, based on Misha's recollections, the scenes in the dream bubble appear to be his childhood memories.
But this raises more questions. According to Misha, he was clearly born on an oceanic planet and led an ordinary life, with no connection to Penacony at all. Could this be some sort of metaphor? Perhaps the sea refers to the memory zone.
I'm sorry. I don't know, but my memories keep... Perhaps I'll remember more things if we go further. I wish to share your burden. Is it something...
We're going to the opposite side, right?
No. We should turn left here.
Huh? Something feels different about this.
Up ahead is...
Hello, bellboy.
Grandpa's study.
The atmosphere in this room feels totally different.
Misha! You finally come!
Clocky.
Clocky! You're here! Huh. Yeah. This is the room where we first met each other.
Are those books on the bookshelf logbooks left behind by that seafarer?
Yeah. Whenever he came back,
Clocky
he
suara
placed a
mirip
logbook on the
Mickey
bookshelf
Mouse
in
yang
his
nyorin
room.
yang itu Mickey Mouse.
He described our world as a fountain. At some point,
the sea started to gradually swallow up the land where people lived to ensure that everyone had land to settle on. He had to continue exploring the sea. And on that day, I asked him if I could go with him. But he said that my adventure lay elsewhere.
Panjang juga ya lawan bos-bos ya. Gue kira bisa sejam lagi cok, sejam setengah gitu ya.
An ocean of
Udah 2
stars.
jam cok belum lawan bos ya.
He said that he knew the crew on the train. And that he had asked them to take me.
A train?
It's the Astral Express. I remember now. Grandpa's friends are a group of nameless who came to this world to resolve a disaster caused by a star. Then, he gave his pocket watch to me. It was his cherished treasure, appearing in every one of his adventure tales. He explained that difficult times were ahead, but assured me that the watch would guide me. He said, as long as I kept moving forward, I'd eventually reach my desired destination. The distant sound of a train whistle echoing throughout the room.
Exactly, Misha! And then we followed that whistle, didn't we?
Yeah. I think I can still find the way we took back then.
This is the dream jigsaw, right? So we're...
Do you remember? You said you obtained a mysterious shard when you
Hey, the shape...
Looks like we're just one...
Wih, kita dapat dari mana nih?
Who came up with this? Seriously, go rewrite it.
Terang bro.
This is it. This is my room of clocks while I spent my time waiting for Grandpa to return from his voyage. While they're here, I learned how to repair clockwork and gears out of my fondness of precision mechanics. In my dreams, I was the captain of the compass, embarking on adventures with my companions, Clocky and Miss Mirror, in search of the new I was born and raised here.
So, this building in the dream bubble is your childhood home?
Building in dream
Yes, but not exactly. This dream bubble itself is my home.
Looks like you
Dream bubble
remembered everything.
Wait. Why does it feel like everyone else knows something I don't?
Marge, do you remember when he mentioned a clocky that only he could see?
Yeah, the little guy here, right? But we all saw him in Dreamflux Reef, right? And Mr. Yang even greeted him.
Looks like everyone on the Astral Express has a childlike spirit.
The answer lies in the Astral Express. His experience shows that neither Firefly nor Acheron can see this clocky. And when we were in Dreamflux Reef, you may have noticed that for some reason, nobody outside of the crew had ever talked with Clocky. A mimetic life that can only be seen by a select few. It's just like a hidden message left by someone for the nameless.
But Misha can see Clocky too, right? They even grew up together. But Misha hasn't started the way of the Trailblaze yet.
That's the key to the mystery, March. Now, take a moment to... Have you ever seen anyone outside of the crew interact with Misha?
That's the answer, March 7th.
This dream bubble is the place where I was born.
Cuma connect sama
And
itu ya, sama Aksara Express.
I'm a dweller in this dream. Just like a memory zone meme. I should have stayed here and waited for you. But when reality and memories merged, I unconsciously pushed open that door and left the bubble with Clocky.
So it's not that the watchmaker's dream bubble is empty, but rather the stuff inside ran away? And the whistle you heard was the sound of the express arriving at Penacony?
That's one way to see it, but I believe there's a longer story behind all this. It's best for Misha himself. How about we start with your name? Now, should we call you Misha?
Thank you all for helping me rediscover my true self. Now,
Hello, bellboy.
please allow me to reintroduce myself. I was born on Lushaka in the Presmere system, adopted by seafarers Mikhail and Char. They gave me a treasure, a name that carried their hopes.
Nah, harusnya ke dia tuh.
Mikhail Char Legwork. Or simply
Legwork.
Misha.
Oh, Legwork, cuy.
If you prefer, you can call me by a more familiar name. The Watchmaker.
The Watchmaker.
You're the watchmaker himself?
Unfortunately, that legendary figure is no more. I am only a reflection of his life. As for the child who has been with you, he's the innocent protagonist of Misha's childhood dream. A friend of Clocky, a young apprentice, and a future mechanic on the Express. And this also marks the beginning of his journey.
At the end of the journey, I left this little flame, which I so cherished in my deepest dreams, hoping to pass it on to the nameless of future generations. However, he somehow left the dream bubble and forgot all about his task. I apologize for all the confusion.
Because he was born with a desire to trailblaze, wasn't he? I don't think Misha has forgotten his role as a guide. He remembered it, and that's why he mistakenly appeared as a hotel doorman in his dream from the very beginning. The one who brought our unconscious friend here must have been Misha. If that's the case, we encountered the Watchmaker's legacy from the beginning, didn't we?
Well, I have a sarcastic friend who says I always take big detours and end up back where I started. Perhaps that's what every nameless has to go through. But in the end, you found me. I'm sure you're all wondering what my legacy is. I believe my hound has mentioned the Stellaron and my wealth. If I may apologize, the Stellaron part is real. As for my wealth, however, it's nothing more than a baseless rumor. I left my homeland as a child and embarked on the journey of Trailblaze. I traveled to various planets until finally reaching Asdana, where my friends and I built the original Penacony and fought for its future ever since. I've been moving forward all my life, doing what I could to overcome the obstacles in my path. But ultimately, my journey reached its end. So, if you ask what's left within this worn-out train engine that can be called a legacy, I suppose it's the things that are still burning in the engine's furnace. Now that you're well aware of the current situation of Penacony, I certainly hope that you'll help me get this world back on track. But I'll leave that decision to you. For the path of Trailblaze is never paved by others. All I have for you is a story and 2 gifts. I want to give you my pocket watch. It has accompanied me throughout my long journey, guiding that naive child forward.
and has been blessed with the presence of so, and my hat too. The one who navigated for me placed it on my head and planted a fanciful thought in my mind. The trailblazing expedition will never end.
Benar ya cerita Gallagher juga.
It's time for you to make your choice. Once you've made up your mind, open that door and enter the long dream of an old man. I'll be waiting for you at the end of this corridor of time.
All right, everyone. Let's make a decision, although I don't think anyone will have any objections.
Trailblaze.
Of course. We've come this far. Surely there's no other option than moving forward.
In that case, it's unanimous. Then let's proceed together to the end of this dream and tell Mikhail our decision.
Tell the Mikhail. Bellboy, okay, hello Bellboy. Trust the path of trailblaze on the wish list. Astral Express.
Mikhail, where are you going?
Mikhail Charlekwa.
Someone has to step up and save Lushaka. So why can't it be me, Misha?
Please don't go. And if you must, please take me with you. Don't leave me alone.
Even without me, you know how to proceed forward, brave
Mikhail.
Captain Misha. The compass is waiting for you. Now go, board that train and start your journey.
Start your journey, girl.
Where are you going, Mikhail?
Navigator Falcon.
I'm going to clean the floor in the parlor car. I've promised the conductor.
Wait, first tell me, did you fix this watch?
Yeah.
I know what it looked like before. Its chain was broken, the back case torn, and the marks on the dial all worn out. How did you manage to fix it?
Well, it's hard to explain, but I knew it could be fixed. It's the hands, Mr. Amundsen. Its hands were intact and pointing in the right direction, so I knew there would be a way to fix the rest.
I see. You'll work with me from now on. Haven't you always wanted to tinker with this train? You're its mechanic now. As for the conductor, I'll do the talking.
Si
But I
Mikhail
only know how to fix watches.
Don't worry. You've got what it takes. I'll teach you what you need to know.
Where are you going, legwork? It's time to head to our next stop. I'm staying in Astana with Rosalina and Tiernan. I see. This place reminds you of home. The people of Astana have only achieved a tiny victory and still have a long way to go towards true freedom. Hanunu needs us. Don't worry, not all journeys lead to the stars. Even if I leave the Express, our path of Trailblaze will continue.
Okay.
Yeah.
I
knew you wouldn't stay on the Express forever. Leaving. This is Mr. Amundsen's hat. But why? When he departed, he said he would leave it to his best student. Well, I suppose the time has come. Farewell, legwork. Take care of Tiernan and Rosalina. And don't forget to...
Right us.
Where are you going, watchmaker?
Don't worry, Micah. Just going on a little trip. Someone has to be at the forefront of the...
Because you're all we have. Have you forgotten about Tiernan? The cosmos is way more dangerous now. What will happen to Penacony if we lose you too?
But what will happen to Penacony if we don't find a way out?
Oh, dia nyari find way out-nya ya dari
Tiernan.
itu.
How could I ever forget him? I've spent countless sleepless nights asking myself why I didn't go with him back then. We Nameless won't stop. Don't worry, Micah. It's just a matter of getting back to my old profession. Just wait for me to come back.
But if, and it's a big if I don't come back in one piece, then you'll become the next watchmaker.
Where are you going, old man?
Oh, you're here.
Answer my question. What are you up to?
Relax, Gallagher. I just came up with a great idea. Wanna hear it?
Oh, come on. Aren't all your ideas just ways to get yourself killed? I may be blunt here, but you're the last remaining hero in Penacony. If you die too, the secret of the Stellaron will go to the grave with you.
Secret of Stellaron.
Yes, I'm afraid there's no way out in Penacony, so I'll have to consider alternatives beyond Asdana. We'll organize a festival using the Watchmaker's legacy as a facade and send invitations to the entire cosmos to gather people here.
So, a desperate struggle against the family?
Desperate? Don't we have you here, my friend? This task is challenging, but what hasn't been challenging for us along the way? Well, whatever you do, remember.
Si Stellaron,
Make sure to send an invitation to the Astral Express.
Disuruh, Cok, Gallagher.
Misha! Where are you going?
Oh, it's you, Clocky. Take me to Dreamflux Reef. Last night, I had a long dream about the day we met. I want to write down that dream.
Oh, dia nulis pertama kali dia ketemu.
Write it down? Why?
Oh, so I won't forget it. Do you remember how you got your name, Clocky?
Of course! You told me that when you were a kid, you lived in a room full of clocks. Those wall clocks and pocket watches grew up with you and were your best friends.
Yes,
but
what I didn't mention was there's a funny misunderstanding behind it. I was a kid, and there was always a special pocket watch in my memories. It was with my grandpa, guiding him on his sea voyages and leading the way in his every... I wanted to have a pocket watch like that too. And that's when you appeared in my dreams.
Every night, we boarded the compass and set sail together.
But you know what? It wasn't until the day my grandpa gave it to me that I realized it wasn't a pocket watch at all. It was a compass. So your name should have been Compassy, and the watchmaker is just a nameless.
We've arrived at Dreamflux Reef. So, where to next?
You know, Clocky, I don't think I'll be going anywhere else.
Lama lagi, Cuk.
I've traveled far enough, and it's time for a little break.
Oh. So,
jadi dream
we'll set out
Bagel
again.
kosong karena kosong.
When you're rested?
Keluar, Cuk, ini.
No, I'll stay here.
Kisah masih bocil.
And then, this is where it ends.
This is where it ends? What do you mean, Misha? You told me that the trailblazing expedition would never end.
Yeah, that's what I said. So now, it's up to you to decide your next destination.
My next destination? What's that supposed to be? I've been following you.
Dia jadi pocket lah kita kan?
You're acting weird today. If you're feeling down, we can just do what we usually do.
No, I'm not feeling down. As for clockwork, yeah, it resolves all problems in this dream. So, do you know what clockwork actually is?
I'm not quite sure.
Well, everyone gets lost at times. They may hesitate and doubt which way to go. That happens in this dreamscape and beyond. But don't worry. Everyone goes through moments of uncertainty and hesitation. Eventually, they gather the courage to make bold decisions, whether it's calming, happy, angry, or sad. All they need is a little nudge to take that step toward where they truly belong. I'm leaving that little nudge with you, and I hope you'll share it with others. Such is the essence of clockwork, the will of the trailblaze.
Kira cutscene.
Clocky's hands spin around non-stop, indicating confusion, frustration, and weakness. But ultimately, people still need to move forward.
Just like your hands, always pointing ahead.
Misha
This is where my journey ends. From now
kayak
on,
topinya si itu.
it is your path to walk.
Gelo.
Trailblazing means taking paths your predecessors forswore and venturing even further.
Nah ini baru bro.
The penacony in Mikhail's dreams does not belong to order.
Not belong to order. Nah itu tuh akhirnya tuh. Wujud asli admin.
I can't believe that Eon would cast a glance at Penacony at a time like this. Is it because of the resonance from the legacy of the Trailblaze? Or perhaps the bond between you is so strong that it even impresses an Eon.
Well, there might be another possibility. Perhaps they want to witness, on behalf of the fallen Eons, who will hold the future of Penacony.
If that's the case, on behalf of the Dream Master of Penacony and the 107,336 members of the Oak family, I'm extending a formal invitation to all of you. I'm cordially inviting you all to the Penacony Grand Theater to participate in the upcoming Charmony Festival. And, of course, you won't be in the audience, but on center stage. Since the future of the Stellaron, Penacony, and even the entire cosmos is at stake, let's draw a conclusion there. In all, there. If you truly believe in Machiavelli's path, then show me their courage and determination.
Udah nyampe, udah ngasih end di. Gue kira tinggal sepanjang ini coy.
Does that mean he wants to fight us during the Charmony Festival?
I'm afraid so.
This is weird. Aren't arc villains usually
Si
plotting
Chicken Wing
some
guy
dirty
udah
conspiracy in the end? But he actually said something like, "In all fairness." Could it be that he's underestimating us?
Well, in my opinion, Sunday is deeply committed to his own philosophy and genuinely wants to prove that the Order is right. I sensed a strong conviction and a desire for dominance in him. Maybe that's why he'll give it his all in the upcoming battle.
Karena ada order di Dream Base ya.
Ah, you. Every Every time an important moment arrives, you hesitate. We've even dealt with a Lord Ravager of the Destruction, so a follower of the Order won't be a big deal.
Okay.
Anyway, we can't leave the Stellaron unchecked. This is about trailblazing a bright future for Penacony and fulfilling Mikhail's and his predecessors' long-cherished wishes. Now that we've taken up the mantle, we can't afford to fail them.
However, the same applies to the Order. Their plan didn't materialize overnight, and they have the profound collective consciousness of the planet of festivity, the desire to dream, to slumber and escape reality. All those hidden emotions have given birth to the sweet dream. They've harnessed the will of an entire planet to create an eon. This confrontation is far more complicated than a simple power struggle. To secure Penacony's future, fighting on the stage alone is not enough.
What do you mean? Are you not coming with us?
I believe Firefly is trying to say that she's heading off to another
Before I left, the Destiny Slave told me that this journey would bring unforgettable rewards. Even though the script he gave me only had a few lines, I couldn't ignore them because one of the lines said, "I'll experience death 3 times in the land of the dreams."
3 times?
The first time was a painful death when I was stabbed by the Blade of Dormancy, which led to all subsequent events. The script will always come true. So now I've understood the meaning of my second death. And I am prepared to face it. Only by achieving victory in this battle can we secure a future for Penacony.
Third and final death
And only then,
in the most terrible form.
my third and
The most terrible form? Does that mean...
The true death, where everyone in Penacony loses themselves completely in the eternal sweet dream of the Order.
we must do everything we can to prevent that.
Have you made up your mind?
Yes. Otherwise, I wouldn't be here.
Thank you again for your assistance for the Astral Express. May we meet again, in reality.
Yeah. Farewell, everyone.
Bisa gitu ya sama Firefly punya battle-nya sendiri ya.
I dreamed of a scorched earth.
Everyone, are you ready?
A new shoot sprouted from the earth.
Dia berubah jadi Iron Man.
Morning sun, and whispered to me, like fireflies to a flame, life begets death. May we meet again in reality.
After today, Japella's name will disappear from cosmic history. And that's your next stop.
Land of the dreams. You mean?
Silverwolf told me about it.
While I want to live, people die. And I am no exception. We have to choose where we want to rest forever.
Do you exist just to...
Are you not the same, Blade? If I were to die now, I would only be a weapon. Though its definition escapes me, isn't this the answer? The tombstone, that it will bear the name.
Panjang lagi cok udah nggak sih?
That's quite unexpected, old man. Who would have thought your crazy plan would actually work? Do all you nameless fools just act on a whim?
Berhasil juga. Nameless fool.
I can sense that this false sweet dream is coming to an end. The Nameless may be young, But they had the ability to achieve this goal. Just like you did in your time. It's a shame you won't be able to see it firsthand. Maybe I won't either. Yeah, not just those nameless. Even Mr. Wings is just like you. Stubborn, won't listen or give up, no matter what. Well, fate is unpredictable, I guess. If we weren't bound by those curses, but in the end, we managed to do it. And now we can find solace. Remember how those idiots cursed us? They said, "Go to hell, you worthless traitors." Well, I don't know if they really meant it, but if long, then I'll be joining you soon, you fool. Let's get together and have supper again in hell. Oh, I almost forgot. There's one more thing. Here's to you. A glass of hello and goodbye, Trailblazer. To the imperfect
tomorrow.
It's warm here.
I was just following the scent of life. It's a shame these bears.
Seriously? It
udah
becomes...
persiapan final battle, cok. Final battle.
What?
Before coming here, I stopped by a place. The flavor wasn't exactly sweet, but don't worry about it.
Biasa kita start stream di sini sih.
Congratulations on that. By the way.
No, I had a companion in Orkron. She's a short, nameless girl who aspired to explore IX. She always said she'd walk a path deeper. She...
Well...
Condolences.
That's
Or perhaps...
Afraid?
I'm afraid I'll forget the third. I fear that those vivid red memories will...
Hard to imagine.
Because I have experienced as long as this red color still lingers. In the end, it...
The one blessed by the sleeping and shapeless is... But you're right about one.
When will this rain?
Perhaps...
Have you heard of a planet named Biar half an amber era ago? The family held an
Do you think the same thing will happen on Penacony?
Yes. Or how else can we explain it? The family deliberately used the Watchmaker's invitation to keep all the Pathstriders here, but banished the Emanator of the Nihility.
Because of the Nihility, I'm rarely affected by the power of other paths, but somehow I can unconsciously infiltrate them. Maybe that's the risk they're trying to avoid.
I would disagree. Biaris Commandros is not part of the credit system or connected to the Silver Rail. It's nothing more than a remote civilization sheltered by the Harmony. But Penacony is different. If the family messes with Penacony, that would be like declaring war on almost half of the factions in the cosmos. They have no reason to do that.
No, they don't. If they truly serve the Harmony, that is.
What do you mean?
The path in Penacony is impure. The Harmony here has impurities.
Do you remember the Ancient Swarm disaster? Tazerond, the propagation, brought endless havoc. 2 paths lost their eons in that war. The propagation.
Shepe, the Harmony.
Holy forgaroni. So you're saying that the 2 leaderless paths are working behind the scenes?
But I don't see any descendants of the propagation in Penacony. Could it be that the remnants of Beyond the Sky Choir are hiding within the family, trying to resurrect a fallen eon?
I can't say for sure, but they're definitely planning something for the Charmony Festival.
Holy wobble. Boo, now this is getting way too complicated. Is this why you want us to leave Astana right away? Are you giving up?
The Charmony Festival will start soon. There's one thing that I need to confirm no matter what. A warp jump is the best way to do so.
Time is running out. I have another plan.
jam.
Hold on. Are you thinking of using the Jade Abacus of Allying Oath?
Exactly. The assistance from the lawful Cloud Knights would be enough.
Think it over carefully. You can only use that once in your lifetime.
I have considered it thoroughly. My companions are... They're also
GL seperti
once-in-a-lifetime
sebelumnya
treasures.
Cuk, Danahang tuh sebagai kekuatan tambahan tuh yang datang terakhir. The Cloud Knight.
Are you the only one here, my child? The Nameless is quite the diplomat. Our secrets have spread like wildfire within the family. And IPC starships are gathering to... This is a crucial moment for us. So, where is the Chosen One?
What do you mean, Master? I'm right here in front of you, aren't I?
Chicken wing tuh.
You know, she was supposed to be the star of the Charmony Festival.
But the plan has changed. As her brother, I know she doesn't want to sing for the Order. So I'll take her place.
You've always been wise beyond your years. I'm sure you understand the consequences of your choice.
If you consider this a betrayal, well, there can't be two suns in the sky. I'll step up and take down the other sun if necessary.
Do you believe in karma?
If karma exists, then everyone has their own karma. You have yours, and I have mine. And my karma has nothing to do with you, Mr. Gopherwood.
All right. Since you're willing to sacrifice yourself for her, I'll grant your wish.
Well, the compromise came sooner than expected.
You and your sister were born as twins of the Order. And one of you is... Of course. You're still as the opening is near. Go, my child. Seize the power of the harmony and reveal your karma.
I have one final question. Why did you choose to bring the Order to Penacony? Wouldn't it have been better to choose a desperate world instead of a city filled with hope and dreams?
It's for justice, my child. If we lose justice in our hearts, we'll make the same mistake as the Harmony did.
So, it's not you who manipulates the dreamscape with the Stellaron, but...
Well, that's where our conversation ends. Go ahead. The 107,336 souls of the Oak family have dreamed of this moment too many times.
I shall ascend to the heavens. Bathed in my light, my people shall flourish, while all evil shall be erased.
This is the interior.
It's quite exhilarating.
And not only that,
Yeah. I wonder how many
let's explore around.
Sisa 2 jam ya. Bos Macrohead.
Pure genius in action.
Gosh, the atmosphere here is so creepy and unsettling. Even if there's no audience yet, there should be some staff around. Why is it so silent?
Kemana nih bro?
Yikes! They scared the life out of me!
Papat. Ini nggak sih?
What? You're so annoying! Stop scaring me!
Are these puppets part of the stage setup? Even.
Something feels off. We're in the right place.
There's no other grand theater.
So Sunday's messing with us? He said we'd have a final showdown on the stage.
My apologies. I'm waiting for you behind the curtain. Following the Asdana tradition, history is a mirror within it.
Chicken wing guy itu, chicken wing
Let us
boy.
commence with the dawning of the world. After the Dusk Wars, darkness veiled the sky, and chaos consumed the earth. Anna the Order emerged, destined to restore all existence.
Oh ini.
That marked the first day. They gathered nebulae and forged them into picks, thus creating a grand lyre with black and white keys. Strike the white keys, and the sun rose. Strike the black keys,
Pencet
and the moon
coy.
rose. And so, the cycle of day and night arose.
The puppets are gathering around the frame. Are they expecting us to enter it?
Pencet cuy. Stage play act. Oh, prisoner. Jadi terus ngapain?
Where are we now?
The atmosphere here looks similar to Sunday's, and this act is named Ode to
I thought things were finally looking up as I managed to dodge prison during my recent trailblazing expeditions. But now it looks like I'll be back behind.
I genuinely wish to avoid a violent clash with my esteemed guests from afar. Therefore, I've arranged 3 acts before the situation becomes irreparable. Where shall we start our narrative? Well, let's start.
Ada burung sok sini.
Where shall we start our narrative? Well, let's start with the time when Penacony was still a frontier prison. In 2147 AE, a prisoner named Hanun ignited a struggle for liberty and emerged triumphant. IPC referred to it as the War of the Frontier, while the Asdanians dubbed it the War of Independence.
Move Malul. Bener ya? Bener deh, bener. Bener gak sih? Coba.
true that Hanunu was a legendary hero, but it must be acknowledged that while he bestowed freedom upon the prisoners, he didn't grant them true liberation. The three nameless stayed on the planet, endeavoring to spread the tenets of Trailblaze throughout the frontier prison. Alas, their efforts proved futile.
Let's build another prison.
Once again, as Dana was engulfed in war, this time the enemies originating from within. The prisoners remained prisoners for the rest of their lives, fighting for freedom rather than living for it.
I hope you like this land of freedom.
As you can see, freedom permeates.
Prisoners, this is my home.
Why do we have to fight while enjoying the show?
For I desire not only your enjoyment, but also your assistance in its completion.
Look, listen, feel, kick!
Defend the weak.
I weep for the departed. Dust rain, it too shall fall. Another journey begins. On the still waters of oblivion, I guide the wandering souls.
Looks like somebody...
Indestructible.
Did you come here of your own volition? Existence fleeting as the dawn's dew, destined for oblivion.
Still as hopeless. The door to a whole new world. Look, listen, feel, kick!
I'm on guard. Lance ablaze.
Flaming lance! Forward!
Curiosity. Endless riddles. But the answer is nothing but a void. You've just got to expand your thinking, glimpse the unknown for a moment, and let it captivate you.
Dikit lagi coy.
No one can restrain you anymore.
Thus conclude.
This must be how Penacony was constructed. With the aid of outsiders, the prisoners were finally liberated. However, it appears that Sunday aims to convey the spiritual plight of the prisoners more than the physical aspects of...
This show is a bit too literary for my taste. These puppets, where are they guiding us this time?
They transmuted streams of stars into inked nibs, creating symbols to be pronounced and counted.
Oh boy.
They molded stardust into flowing rivers, assigning the righteous upstream and the unjust downstream.
Coba isinya apa?
Thus, all things were marked.
Increase the break effect. Increase attack.
World learned to discern between good and evil. That marked the third and fourth days.
Mana bro ini?
Look, another frame.
Oh, full. Ayo cepat.
Ode to Fool.
The surroundings are different from before.
Behold the ensuing tale, a struggle for power. Penacony witnessed the ascent of the 7 major lineages: tree, grass, flower, bird, beast, fruit, and insect. Peace never truly graced Land of the Exiles. The history in this era is rich and intricate, so please allow me to present it in allegorical form.
Seriously, go rewrite it. Oh, you want this?
Land of the Exiles was in disarray, besieged by both internal and external perils. Though the 7 major lineages appeared united on the surface, each harbored their own ambitions, leading to ceaseless conflict.
Oke, halo.
Accountant, we are the pillars of this mansion.
The Black Plum family was the first to fall. They withered away in the White Desert event, orchestrated by the Alfalfa family. The leader of the Alfalfa family sought to defect to the IPC, trading freedom for survival. However, his eldest son slew him in the name of righteousness and ascended as the new family head.
Pretty underwhelming.
The Lamb family endeavored to extend the silver rail left by the express, only to be eradicated by the remnants of the swarm, leaving nothing in the unforgiving cosmos.
Cek ngurus. Sepatu juga.
Only when Gopher Wood led the family to Land of the Exiles and earned recognition from all 5 major lineages.
Dear outsider, I wish they could regain.
This is the second act. Looks like it's about Penacony's journey to becoming the Land of the Dreams.
But this new master seems like a bad guy to me.
Perhaps this is the truth Sunday is trying to express, if you read between the lines. The Harmony changed Penacony just as the guards once did.
Looks like we've gotta help those guys, Neely.
Either I shall be my...
Try to calm down.
Without a master.
Master is no longer here.
Power of Glocky.
Master is no longer here.
Hello, Glocky.
Once I stood. My former master has long.
Master!
Master.
Yang satu marah ya, yang lainnya sedih.
Is that all?
I shall sing for my new master.
Thank you, dear outsider. Heed me. What cast aside the veils of hypocrisy.
Get ready. Looks like another fight is about.
Listen, the snow wreath is calling us down. At the edge of the silver universe, the first buds sprout under the rising sun.
For oblivion.
What's wrong? Never seen perfection. You've just got to expand your thinking.
Walk, 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 walk.
Walk, listen, feel, kick!
Lance at the ready. Defend the weak.
Disiram air
I weep
kasih.
for the departed. Dust rain, it too shall fall.
Siram air itu
Door
guys.
to a whole new world.
Let me tend to your wounds.
I'm on guard.
Time to... What's in your prescription?
Don't worry, it's just a scrape. Did you come here of your own? From the still waters of oblivion, I guide the wandering souls.
You've just got to expand your thinking.
Lance at the ready.
Curiosity is an endless riddle, but the answer is nothing but a void.
Lance ablaze.
Lance
Flaming wind.
live.
Forward!
The door to a whole new world. Raise barriers of the unknown and watch them crumble.
Existence is fleeting as the dawn's dew, destined for oblivion.
Si bro, sekarang nyiram air atau
All at once, you've just got to expand your thinking.
Sakit lagi.
Another journey begins. From the still waters of oblivion, I guide the wandering souls.
Halo bang, sorry penacony kan nih iya.
Look, listen, feel, kick!
Penacony.
What's wrong? Never the door to a whole new world.
I'm on guard.
Akhirnya selesai.
Alas, they remain. Thus concludes the second act. Amidst an illusory harmony, Land of the Exiles charted its course toward becoming the planet of festivities.
This is how Penacony fell under the family's control. Since the arrival of the Harmony, the Land of the Exiles has undergone dramatic changes, not all of which have...
This guy really loves dramatic scenes. Bet he comes from a...
Ini ada pasta sini dulu deh. Masih ada lagi apa? Bro, buat dapat stiker nih.
They used the planetary rings to establish the law, forging a code of conduct among the masses. A grand lyre with black and white keys served as an instrument, while symbols of articulation and numerical notation took the form of musical notes. The downward flowing river became a melody.
Cuek.
A canon of law dictated the form. all
Cuek,
mortals
cuek,
found
cuek.
a unique place within this symphony. That marked the 5th and 6th days.
This guy's really into these puppets.
Masih ada bro. 3 stage berarti. Terakhir kan harusnya. Nah udah nih. Order kan. Terakhir.
Oh, I get it now.
Gue kira tinggal sejam setengah cu. Lama cu.
This is the concluding act of this play. I have showcased the past and present of Penacony, hoping that my desire for change resonates within you. And now, I shall reveal its future to you.
Without a king, who shall bear responsibility for the people? The people lack foresight. You make choices on their behalf and bear the responsibility. Without a king, who shall protect the weak? We shall support and standing against the mighty.
Cuek.
Stream 4. Gleam of old blades. Don't forget to let your friends in on the action.
Panjang.
Hey, aren't...
Perhaps we'll need to
So, do you think their mind needs to...
Apa nih? Apa nih?
Farewell, former king.
Gak bisa cu.
How did it go?
Gak bisa.
You can't change them? What does that mean?
My apologies for my negligence. I forgot to inform you that the final
Let our previous king recount.
prepare for battle. Looks like we'll have to fight.
Fight again. Dia ngerasukin siapa bosnya dong? Pasti bosnya kak. Udah pasti bosnya Rasukin.
defend the weak.
Oke, masih harmoni.
I weep for the departed. Dust's reign, it too shall fall. Existence is fleeting as the dawn's dew, destined for oblivion.
You've just got to expand your thinking. Curiosity. Endless riddle. But the answer is nothing but a void.
Aduh, abis skill lah.
Lance ablaze. Flaming lance. Forward!
Half the work is already done. From the still waters of oblivion, I guide the wandering souls.
What's wrong? The door to a whole new world. Glimpse the unknown for a moment and let it captivate you.
In the hushed expanse of an upward's mind shall wait.
This is the final scene. Let's go. Once this...
Ayo. Nah, boss battle ya. Final battle tuh. Ah, ini final battle coy, baru.
They imbued the world with meaning, yet all being thus on that.
This grand theater looks totally different.
Everyone, get ready. This...
Take a look. This is pure genius in action.
That marked the seventh day. Cheers and chants reverberated.
Rule of preservation!
Nah, chicken wing boy.
There he is.
That
Itu chicken
concludes
wing tuh.
everything related to the Order. What are your reflections on this? Nevertheless, this is but a trivial blip in the annals of galactic history. What truly matters is the course this river shall take. You've arrived at the perfect moment. The Charmony Festival is about to commence. Allow me to extend my warmest welcome once
3
more.
fase nggak sih pasti bosnya?
Welcome to
Lawan dia
Penacony
dulu.
Grand
Kayaknya
Theater,
deh satu fase.
the very
tiga fase
core
kan?
of the sweet dream,
Lawan
the
versi
abode of the
normal, terus
Stellaron,
awakennya
the
3
grand
fase nggak sih
stage,
biasanya?
and the very place where the future. Your unwavering faith in the Trailblaze is truly impressive. True goodness can only be achieved through faith.
Allow me to point out that falling into a permanent slumber is not happiness. Especially when those people are driven by someone else's will in their sleep.
Do you still believe that the Order only seeks to control the universe as their puppet, Himiko?
No matter how perfect your vision of paradise may be, a cage remains a cage.
Cage remains the cage.
People will never achieve true happiness in a world like that. They would just be toys for the Eon.
It seems you have misunderstood my intentions. Allow me to clarify. My desire is not to resurrect a fallen Eve. My sole objective is to create a paradise free from eons, where the Order ensures the dignity and happiness of all humanity. A paradise exclusive to us human beings.
That's not the case. If people are to live with dignity, there must be
sih,
nothing
very
and
nice
no
sih,
one
sebagai
above in
batu,
your
kan.
so-called paradise. You would be the one reigning supreme.
Looks like we won't be able to convince each other. Now that our conflict has been destined, let's unveil our paths and however, before the prelude to the future begins, please take a moment. Is darkness equal to daylight?
Darkness equal to
Are sinners equal to the righteous?
ada
If you are
yang
born weak, which god should you turn to for solace?
adik-adik. disiram misalnya.
Never seen perfection. Expand your thinking.
I'm on guard. Defend the weak.
Bangun dong kalau di itu.
Existence is fleeting as the dawn's dew, destined for oblivion. I weep for the departed.
Adanya connect lah ya.
Dust's reign, the too shall fall.
Again. Still as hopeless as the door to a whole new world.
Looks like somebody needs a doctor.
Look, listen, feel, kick!
Waduh, dikit lagi kok.
Half the work is already done. In the still waters of oblivion, I guide the wandering souls.
Curiosity, endless riddles, but the answer is nothing but a void. You've just got to expand your thinking, raise barriers of the unknown, and watch them crumble.
Kekuatan disiram.
Lance at the ready.
Another journey begins.
Disiram
Existence is fleeting as the dawn's dew, destined for oblivion.
All at once? I don't have time for games. The door to a whole new world.
Let me tend to your whoopee.
Lance ablaze. Flaming winds. Forward!
Half the work is already done. In the still waters of oblivion, I guide the wandering souls. I weep for the departed. Dust's reign, it too shall fall.
What's wrong? You've just got to expand your thinking.
Looks like somebody needs a doctor.
Did you come here of your own? Existence as fleeting as the dawn's dew, destined for oblivion.
Oke, fase dulu.
All at once? I don't have time. The door to a whole new world. Curiosity, endless riddles, but the answer is nothing but a void. What's wrong? Never seen perfection.
Look, listen, feel, kick! You bully! Time to What's in your prescription?
Impressive. This is worth learning.
On the still waters of oblivion, I guide the wandering souls.
You've just got to expand your thinking. Glimpse the unknown for a moment and let it captivate you.
Udah dapat achievement para sabun.
Existence is fleeting as the dawn's dew, destined for oblivion.
Time to go on the offensive.
Lance ablaze. Flaming lance. Forward!
Defend the weak.
All at once? I don't...
Aduh, kena itu bro mau aja.
In the still waters of oblivion, I guide the wandering souls. I weep for the departed. Dust's reign, it too shall fall.
Time to go on the offensive.
Curiosity. Endless riddle. But the answer is nothing but a void. Still as hopeless, the door to a whole new world. Raise barriers of the unknown and watch them crumble.
Let me tend to your wounds.
Another journey begins. Existence is fleeting as the dawn's dew, destined for oblivion.
Here I come. Ready or not.
Lance at the ready.
You don't look so...
Don't worry, it's just a scrape.
Time to... What's in your prescription?
Nice teamwork.
In the still waters of oblivion, I guide the wandering souls.
Lance ablaze. Flaming lance. Forward!
What's wrong?
I'm on guard.
Pressure!
I already know your decision. I now permit you to gaze into the sun.
Banyak banget tuh.
On these 107,336 stones, the almighty and powerful strings of harmony are at my disposal. The supreme tuner, harmonious choir, Dominicus.
Chicken wing boy.
Lost souls, come and meet your master.
Ini kalau Robin mau 2 orang berarti ini. Ada 2 ayam tuh.
Of the Charmony Festival is to usurp it?
Ini 3.
You've just got to expand your thinking. What was that feel?
Chicken wing boy. Ini ngapain kita dibantuin nih? Saya lihat dia ngapain nih. Oke.
Curiosity, endless riddle. The answer is nothing but a void. The door to a whole new world. Glimpse the unknown for a moment and let it captivate.
Itu cuma 1 fase ya. Tidak habis.
Why is a perceptive war? Answer is why do the harmony and the order merge into one?
Flaming wings. Forward.
In the still waters of oblivion, I guide the wandering souls.
Disorderly noise.
I weep for the departed. Dust's rain, it too shall fall.
I'm feeling like there's another world in front of my eyes.
It's the power of tuning. Don't let the song
Power of
distract you.
tuning. Obey without God.
Part of the melody.
Harmony choir. Great Septimus.
Did you come here of your own existence as fleeting as the dawn's dew, destined for
Ada
oblivion?
berasap coy. Kita ada shieldnya ya? Ya nggak sih?
You don't look so
Iya
good.
sih, kayak kita ada shield tadi. Iya.
All at once, the door to a whole new world.
Oh iya deng ini nih.
Impressive, almost.
Pressure. Disorderly noise.
Nah, bosnya adik-adik cuy. Kayak gitu doang maksudnya skill apa ya?
Curiosity, endless riddle. The
Panjang
answer
tuh.
is nothing but a void.
Tapi ininya tebel sih dia. Ya yang kena Herta.
You bully!
Sudah ini mati dong. Kalau gua masih ada halang.
Disorderly noise.
What was that feel? Kick!
Nah elah incernya tank tuh buat apa tank yang diincar itu? Padahal gua nggak ngesel.
I'm on guard. Indestructible.
Kayaknya dong.
Another journey begins.
Flaming wings. Forward.
I weep for the departed. Dust's rain, it too shall fall.
The time has come. Creation will be born from the remains of the gods.
Oh, air dan Hong. Gila, the power of Cloud9. Gelo, manggil bantuan bro. Gelo. Ah ini epic nih. Dan Hang to the rescue Ju. Dan Hang dan Cloud9.
Wake up! Hey, wake up! The sun. Are you alright? Can you hear me? Do you remember your name? It does? Well, doesn't ring any bells to me. Looks like your mind's still in one piece. If you're able to remember such details, well, that's reassuring. It's a long story. Simply put, Don Hung used the Jade Abacus as allying oath when we were in the middle of a fierce battle and summoned the general to help us just in time. And then we returned to reality. Look, this is your room. Everyone else has also returned from the dreamscape. Himeko and the rest are at the lobby discussing matters with the general. And now that you're awake, we should tell the crew that you're alright. Come with me.
Gelo ya.
Not going to come chat with me, sleepyhead.
That voice. Is that Black Swan?
Hey, where are you going?
Hey, we meet again, sleepyhead.
What's Miss Black Swan doing here?
Nothing, Miss March. I noted though the strike from the general was timely, its destruction was also immense. When emanators collide, ordinary people inevitably suffer.
Dan Hang to the rescue
But,
Ju with
luckily
General.
for them, the dreamscape is my home turf. Thankfully, I managed to get everyone out before the harmonious choir collapsed.
Oh, so that's what
Black
happened.
Swan Ju.
Thank you, Miss Black Swan.
MVP juga cuy, bukan
Don't
jalan
mention
deh,
it.
Cok.
After all, I wouldn't want to see such precious memories vanish. You're heading to...
Of course not. But you're not planning on doing something like last time.
Why would you think that?
Himeko and Mr. Yang are probably still busy. Let's go look for Don Hung first. Look, he's still talking to that cowboy.
You're awake. How do you feel?
Well, fork me. You must be that Stellaron they were talking about.
Don't worry. He's been up and about for a while now. But hey, Don Hung, why don't you introduce this cowboy to him first?
Allow me to introduce him to you.
Dia udah muncul cuy dia.
This is Boot Hill, a galaxy range during our pursuit of a certain person. We crossed paths and just so happened to uncover a shocking plot being concocted by Mr. Sunday. Which is why we sought you out, to help the Astral Express save the world together.
Oke, seperti biasa itu ya. Dan Hang.
No need for thanks. The Galaxy Rangers principle is correct every injustice one sees.
Bro sama teman-temannya aja.
Right, Don Hung?
More or less.
Wait, hold on a sec. This is the first time I'm hearing about this certain person. Who are you chasing? And why would that lead you to the Express?
Good question. It's, who was it again? Don Hung, do you remember? No, that ain't it. I just can't seem to recall. Weird. My neurochip hasn't registered any malfunction.
I can't seem to remember either.
What's going...
Heck. Forget about it. If it slipped all our minds, reckon that person was just a minor scoundrel. unimportant. Ain't gonna stop us from piecing together the story.
Yes, when the dust settles, I'll just think of a way to recall it. Everyone, let's hurry up and look for Miss Himiko, shall we? He's now a minor star.
You're right. Let's head.
Kalau kita sampai lobby ya, abis itu kita udah 3 jam lebih. Jam 2 lebih ya. Akhirnya coy, dunia nyata.
Look, they're with the...
Nah ini nih.
That's all right.
Jingyuan.
In these times of conflict, for the sake of utmost safety, it is only right that the Alliance steps forward to mediate on behalf of the Astral Express. We must not allow you to take unnecessary risks. Furthermore, despite the IPC's eagerness for success, it prioritizes peace above all. And the family, trapped though it may be, professes a desire for harmony. The Alliance has always won people over with reason. I firmly believe both parties can indeed put aside their differences and come to a peaceful agreement.
The power of nakama aja.
The General possesses a deep understanding of the greater good. With the Xianzhou Alliance mediating, peace for Penacony is within reach.
You flatter me. But ultimately, it's been all down to the Express. Without your efforts, this sweet dream paradise would have been claimed by the last remnants of order before there was even a shot at peace. Well, would you look at that? Here comes the big hero. If it isn't the galactic baseballer, a true hero who dares to take action.
Galactic baseballer.
Are you okay? I heard you couldn't wake up. Are you feeling unwell?
Don't worry, Mr. Yang. There is nothing wrong with him. He practically burned through a lifetime's worth of jokes on the way here. What about you, Mr. Yang? I heard that even Miss Robin wasn't spared. And that guy locked you both up.
It's a long story. But at least Mr. Sunday took it easy on it. He used an ability called tuning to connect our consciousnesses with his. In other words, he imprisoned us within his consciousness. Thanks to General Jing Yuan's destruction of the Harmonious Choir, we were able to escape.
He used that tuning on us too. Does that mean that we were almost imprisoned as well?
I can confidently say now, he was truly after a fair fight with us. Had he wanted, he could have easily taken us down.
Speaking of the Oak family head, where is he now?
It's complicated, but in a nutshell, he's now the former Oak family head. The IPC has named him the key figure in the family's Penacony split, citing a threat to cosmic peace. He must represent the family and answer for the unrest caused. The family quickly labeled him and the remnants of the Order as enemies, declaring the turmoil an internal rebellion.
Everyone really has their own agenda.
Then, what's going to happen to Miss Robin? Why the sigh, General?
I can only say that this incident is an unexpected mess for a girl. The Alliance will try to persuade the family to consider this matter carefully during mediation. It's time, everyone. The IPC's key members and I have agreed to consult one another before the upcoming negotiation. Do any of you wish to sit in?
Given the General's invitation and the matter's significance to the universe, the crew will naturally accept. However, if the IPC has any reservations...
Why, of course you're welcome. They've mentioned that your team is a trusted ally of the IPC in Penacony, so there's no reason not to welcome you. Besides, if there can be reliable observers from the Astral Express present, discussions will go more smoothly. So, what do you all think?
Well then, we shall oblige.
I'm kind of allergic to those types of situations. I think I'll just head back to my room and start packing.
Not to worry. Himiko and I will take care of things.
I'm afraid I'll also have to return to the Express first. The conductor is worried about us. It's best I go and explain the situation.
Thank you. What about you? Will you join Welt and me? Or have you got other plans?
Aduh, mana ya?
What? I can pack it myself, you know.
If that's the case, our galactic baseballer can join us. Although I'm not too sure of the reason. The representatives from the IPC have insisted on his presence. Allow me to lead the way. Follow me, please. The negotiation will commence at the hotel lobby. Everyone, please follow me.
Udah ya, nyampe sini aja. Part terakhir dari penacony dan bahkan part terakhir dari storynya si Honkai Star Rail ya, karena jujur ngebosenin ya, bikin ngantuk. Endingan doang yang menurut gua ya cukup keren gitu ya, dimana akhirnya Dan Hang mengsamen teman-temannya ya, teman-temannya yang ada di apa Xianzhou gitu ya. Yaitu part dari semua ini yang paling keren. Ya mungkin kita coba ngobrol di itu aja, gue keluarin dulu. Ini gue matiin dulu. Oke, ini gini. Mungkin itu aja ya, itu yang gue suka tadi gitu ya. Part terakhirnya keren gitu ya, jujur. Akhirnya datang sama teman-teman dari Xianzhou ya, datang menyelamatkan ya, akhirnya datang di saat-saat yang tepat gitu ya akhirnya. Dan dari sebanyak lama itu kita mendapatkan boss battle yang skillnya nggak oke banget sebenarnya gitu ya, nggak keren banget gitu ya. Mungkin Kokolia mungkin ya yang lumayan keren sih kayaknya sih ya. Tapi ya untuk overall semuanya ini 6,5 ya. Jadi ceritanya si penacony nggak sebagus siapa yang digadang-gadang. Semua ceritanya juga dialognya banyak muter-muter dan ngebosenin. Apalagi gue habis namatin itu yang namanya cerita game AAA itu Metro gitu ya. Metro jauh lebih bagus buat gua gitu ya. Udah aja gitu ya. Mending mainin itu sih apa namanya. Kalau nyari gameplay yang kayak gini, mending Persona 5 sekalian gitu ya. Persona seriesnya dari Persona itu lebih keren menurut gua gitu ya. Tapi ya itu part terakhir dari Honkai Star Rail gitu ya. Ya kan, ini nggak bakal ada streaming Honkai Star Rail lagi untuk ceritanya. Kita bakalan ada mungkin kayak mungkin di awal stream atau di akhir-akhir kita ngegacha gitu, mungkin gitu itu doang gitu. Mungkin ngegacha juga paling 10 menit kayak 10 menit 5 menitan gitu ya. Dan mungkin nunjukin karakter aja gitu ya, yang mana gue suka mana enggak gitu ya. Mungkin itu aja. Makasih udah nonton stream ini udah hampir 4 jam ya, udah mau hampir 4 jam. Keren banget gitu ya streamnya. Jadi sampai itu dulu. Makasih udah nonton sama like ya.